Yes, folkens, da English, yeah. So yeah, we're ready with the Nordic Starcraft League, the first tournament, as far as I know, of the Nordic Starcraft League. It was started in like late last year. Some very passionate souls in the Nordic Starcraft community. So yeah, we're excited to be casting the first tournament. It's going to be great. How are you feeling, Sjugur?
Well, I was at the Who concert yesterday, so I'm a bit day thereafter. But except from that, thumbs up.
Nice. Was it cool?
It was epic.
Nice.
It
So,
was like
were they playing like
stadium
new
rock
songs or
feel.
old songs or?
It's like they played like the two, three songs that has gone viral and several others as well. So
Nice. Awesome sauce. I haven't heard that much of the Who, but there's like some songs that I have heard of course. But yeah. So
and we're not talking about the '70s band. We're talking about other band.
yeah. So, anyways, we're starting off right now with Hope versus Wooded Micro. Are you excited, Shoot?
Yes, exciting shoot. Well, anyways, up in the left corner, it's like we have the green Terran because Terran is awesome, Terran is good, and in the down right corner we also have Terran, so it's a TVT.
What is going on with the
Uh,
skin?
yeah, they are like what? It's like the red Terran has some sort of Minecraft skin on there. It's like just blocky all over the place.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
At least it's very very strange, but yeah, it's I'm excited because TVT has some really nice potential these days. It's not like before where you were just like I don't know, you had tank battles where the one who had the Vikings and air control kind of won, and it's just like a very stalemate type of mirror match. But things have changed quite a lot with liberators and whatnot. So yeah. We even see battle cruisers. Battle cruisers are so much fun in StarCraft these days.
It's like yeah, some the obvious early scouting. Oh, will they do a high five? High five. Oh, they took different
Yeah, no high fiving.
bridges. Ah, was a bit disappointed.
But yeah, we have a mirrored Reaper opening here, and that is to be expected. Like it's so good to have that Reaper scout, but we're also seeing that players are also SAV scouting simply because like you want to be prepared in case there's any cheese. These 20 seconds, 30 seconds extra scouting time is really important. So we're seeing here that Wooded Micro has an SAV standing over there. We'll see what he plans to do about that. Might be for his for scouting. We'll see. Reapers passing each other is they're just choosing the same bridges over and over. And now we can see he's using the SAV to tank the first shot from the enemy Reaper. Uh, but we'll see here how this turns out. Ooh, but this looks like great job here from Hope.
It's like the Reaper got a visit by the Reaper.
Yeah.
Uh huh. I felt so clever right now.
Nice. Yeah.
And you know what they say? You know what the Reaper said to the other one?
No.
You reap what you sow.
Please don't do that. Jesus Christ. Okay. Anyways, yeah, we got some Hellions coming out, and they're basically just mirroring each other. We have a faster command center, it seems, for Hope. Jesus fucking Christ, those jokes, man. We got a Liberator, so that's gonna be liberating. So yeah, little hit squad going out here from Wooded Micro. So they're just building up more and more stuff. We're getting looks like Hope is really going for the mech, whereas Wooded Micro is going for the bio.
Yeah.
He's got his stem on the way, so that's good.
So, Demon, I hope the microphone is better now, Discord being Discord.
We got a nice battle here where Wooded Micro does a little bit. He's got another. He's got a Liberator coming in. It's going to be difficult, I think, for Hope to defend against. Does he have anything on the units tab? No, he has nothing to deal with it. This is a major issue, but at the same time, Hope destroys all of the Hellions, but he's no longer able to mine from his main base.
No, but it's like, who cares? He's Mad Maxing all over the place.
But yeah, the thing here is that we're now seeing a bunker from Wooded Micro. He needs to get that up, but he's... Oh! You gotta go, Hope. You gotta go. And here comes... Ooh, that is bad. He's trying to get some workers here, but in the end it's just cleaned up. And with that, he also loses a lot of map control. The Liberator still doing tons of damage, not necessarily directly, but at the very least indirectly. So
Yeah, but we have a couple of Cyclones out now, so the Liberator is pushed away.
yeah, no, but that was a really big deal. I would say that gives Hope quite a good lead. We can see that there's 41 workers now for Wooded, whereas there's only 26 for Hope. So massive lead, and that's going to be very difficult for a meching player. So we'll see. Right now he's going for the Blue Flame Hellions. That's going to help him a lot with the bio. We have some tanks coming out now as well for Wooded. So it doesn't seem like he's going to be like super aggressive, trying to drop everywhere after that initial damage. But I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, but it's like, it might be interesting to see if, of course, I have this, like, dream every time I see bio from Terran, and that's like a Doomsday drop. Of course, I will probably never see it, but I'm allowed to dream.
We have a few of them. We've seen a few of them. Ooh, but this is good. If he can get... No, he's not going to challenge those tanks. And we have a massive bio going across the bridge. We'll see how this works out. So he is going to be starting to drop and put some pressure on, and I like it. So see how this works out. He could have done a good job blocking him on the bridge, but... Oh, so many low Hellions. He decides to back off.
Yeah, well, of course, it's like, it doesn't have enough energy on the Medivacs to like push further there, I think.
Yeah, no, but like what we're seeing here is basically that Hope had a bad start. Now that's an overextension there by Wooded, but yeah, Hope had a bad start, and he went for a greedy opening with the fast third command center. So he's been behind on units. And that meant that he became behind on workers, and now he's barely got enough to defend himself. So Wooded Micro can basically do whatever he wants to right now. He can get the upgrades he wants, he can take extra bases, because there's nothing in the world that Hope can do. But the question is if Hope and Wooded identify the situation.
As well, it's like, if he like keeps like a tiny pressure amount on Wooded, and Wooded like stays home for a couple of minutes more than he actually needs, probably, it's like, yeah, you can build up on that. So it's not over yet.
No, it's true, but I think Wooded lost some units he shouldn't have, but this is a nice poking here from Hope. We'll see how this goes. Yeah, Stim comes in and he tries to run away, but that Marauder, or there's actually two of them, are doing a good job. So we can see on the units tab, there's just
We
very
have a
little.
Liberator creeping up. No,
Yeah.
2 Liberators.
Yep. No, but there's like very little here for the Green Terran, Mr. Hope. But he is starting to get his defense, and on 3 bases, Mech can start to get the things that they need. And I'm kind of surprised that Wooded Micro doesn't choose to go into another command center, because if this game drags on and they're both on 3 bases, and that's going to give Hope another chance. But ooh,
I see.
nice dropping,
A nice one.
and that is massive. So many tanks going down.
And at the same time, we have a Liberator in the main base. And it has done some havoc.
Yeah, the Cyclone cleans that up, but that was just like that was really well played by Wooded Micro. He diverted the attention with the Liberator and went in and dropped the tanks. And losing those tanks as a meching player, it is a disaster. So let's see how now. If they can manage to defend, I think he's going to be fine against this. It's a mistake if Wooded goes in here. There's just too much. And now we're reaching the point where it's going to be really important to have some sort of air dominance, because no one's going to be attacking into each other when you have a situation like this. So right now we have a wee medevac. It's just going to be
like. I would like to see some mech upgrades as well for the tanks.
Yeah, we are going to be having some upgrades popping in right now, actually, for Hope. So that's going to be very big for him. We have a huge bio push, but there's just too much Hope. So this is looking better and better for Hope. He's had some really solid defense, and Wooded Micro has just been throwing away a lot of units.
Yeah, but at the same time, Wooded Micro is also expanding.
Yep.
Very much in the lower map now.
Yeah, being on 5 bases is going to be pretty massive when Hope is just on 3, and he's going to have a hard time getting a 4th anytime soon. Yeah. Starting to feel this. I feel like this can go any way, really. Oh, let's see how this drop goes. Oh, but he's going for the main. You're getting your wish in.
Yeah, it's like, it's my wish, of course. It could be double the amount of medevacs, but it's a nice drop.
It is true. But yeah, he's doing a great job here, cleaning out some buildings, supply depots. He's
Supply
diverting.
depots, very nice to like take down, because like it's annoying to build them once again.
Yeah, and he really needed that starport to start building some air units. But yeah, he's just doing so much damage here. Hope is kind of falling apart right now. It's 200 supply versus 107, and he's supply blocked. So
Yeah, it's like I think Wooded is like doing a nice air guerrilla tactics, like dropping down, picking people up, get the hell out of there again. So it's like do damage, retreat, fight another day.
yeah, he's doing a great job, because like, yeah, that was
Very great job.
Yeah, that was the end of that game. So that was our first game. I feel like I'm a little bit rusty. How about you, Shoot?
It's like yes.
So, yeah, no, but it's our first game in a little while. It's been Christmas, and I've been eating pork until I'm fat, and yeah, I need to get back into shape. So, but that was a great first game. I think it was very interesting because they had identical openings, but that Liberator that Hope wasn't prepared for, that was just such a massive advantage created there in workers, in map control, and everything. So I think we could have seen a little bit cleaner execution from Wooded in how he pushed, but he finished off finished out the game like spectacularly. That was really well played. He identified what he needed to do and pulled it off.
Yeah, it was nice game. It was a nice start. Of course, only speaking for myself, it was a bit like I I'm a bit slow starter today.
Okay, what does that mean?
It's like when I make bad puns and you don't even recognize the puns and stuff like that.
I see. Well, we'll get warmed up soon enough, sure.
I'll have you laughing on the floor soon.
That would be nice. So yeah, as long
Or
as you're not.
cringing your way back into bed. I don't know what's best.
Yeah. So we look to be ready here. I'm just gonna. Yep. Game is starting. We got about 5 seconds to go, so that's nice. What do you think about game number 2? Do you think we're gonna go to a third game, or do you think that Wooded Micro is strong enough to take this one as well?
Well, it depends on what happens in the first clash, I think, because you never know. Anyways, our friend Wooded, he starts in the lower left corner, whereas Hope starts in the upper right corner, same color as earlier.
Yep. Probably gonna seeing another Reaper opening, considering they favored that already. But Hope might want to try and do something different. The question now is like, how do these guys feel about this game? Because the question is, did Hope feel that he was like outplayed, or did he just feel like I just made some mistakes? So if we just have another game just like that, it's gonna be fine. Because that's the big thing, right? What's your mental state after a game?
No, it's like I think it's like Wooded. He already have a win, and it's a best of 3. So for Wooded's sake, of course he can. He doesn't. Of course he wants to win this one, but if he doesn't win, he has another chance.
Yep.
Whereas Hope, if he doesn't win,
Yep. And this is single elimination, so that means that you're basically like you have to win each of your best of 3s. Last game of today, the grand finals, is going to be a best of 5, of course. That's pretty standard. So, but yeah, the pressure is on. Hope needs to figure out how to beat Wooded Micro, but I feel like he played strong. He just made one big blunder. So I don't think it's a matter of like being outplayed or anything like that. Just like play standard, do your thing, and just make less mistakes than last time. And I think.
yeah. But at least this map it's nice to look at.
Yeah, but now
Aesthetics.
it is true. One thing I do like though is that Hope, like if he just had some air units or capable of destroying air units, he would have been so solid in that defense.
Yeah, and it's like the thing is like he was visited a lot by liberators, and yet wasn't like setting up some marines just for safety or anything, and he got punished for it. So
yeah. But the thing here is that I think that now that Hope has identified a little bit of how Wooded Micro plays, he can basically say that, well, I need to have that air defense. And he can like make a few small adjustments, and then suddenly he'll have a so much stronger defense. And we saw Wooded Micro making some mistakes in his attacks, throwing away some units. So we'll have. I think there's a chance that this can go in Hope's favor.
Oh, it's the grenade play from the Reapers.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alrighty then. We have another greedy play here from Hope, going for that quick third command center, whereas we're going into full production from Wooded Micro, same as last time with the Liberator. We'll have to wait and see if Hope is going to be prepared for this. He needs to get a Cyclone out. Like, considering the last game, I would go for that Cyclone instead of the four Hellions. Besides, Cyclones are also great at defending against Hellions. So yeah. This is gonna be scary. This is gonna be scary as hell.
Oh.
Pushing in here, great position here
nice
for
grenade.
Hope, but it doesn't have enough. Okay,
The
here.
Reaper grenade is like really nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Pushing
like.
stuff away.
Yeah, it does so much for good micro and stuff.
Well,
I've seen in GSL that with the Reaper nade, if you position correctly, you can jump over like narrow walls. So if you wall
So
off,
what you say is like the Reaper is sort of like the schoolyard bully.
he's just rocket jumping. So, but here comes the Liberator and the Hellions. He's poking in here now. But again, we have 6 Hellions here from Hope, and the Liberator comes in. There's 3 Marines. Will they be able to deal with it though? Hope doing a nice job cleaning up all of those Hellions. This time though, the Liberator is going to be cleaned out. So instead of Cyclones, he went for the
Double Marine.
yeah, for the Marines, and that really made a huge difference. Now, Wooded didn't even scout what was going on, so he doesn't know that he's going up against Mech once more. So we'll see how that turns out. Bunker going up. So, yeah.
Hope goes to. Well, he stopped. I thought he would just take a sneak peek.
Yeah. Good defensive positioning here by Wooded Micro. Not going to be pressuring that anytime soon. Third base taken for Hope, so he's got a massive lead in the economy. Not even a third command center started, but that means that Hope, he's got to focus hard on defense. Wooded Micro identifies that there's not going to be any attack because he feels safe with tank. So we'll see how this works out right now. I feel like Wooded, he's going to be massing up an army and he's going to be pushing hard. He's not going for any sort of timing because we're seeing here third command center, so he's not going to be all-inning anytime soon. But yeah, I'm feeling a bit nervous for Hope. He better be prepared.
Ooh, that's a nice group of army building up here from Wooded.
Yeah. So, and he's starting to move out on the map. He feels pretty confident. We'll see. Hope is positioning himself so he can do a counterattack. But
you know the reason why you can't see what Wooded Microbe is doing a lot of the time? He's a microbe. He's so small.
Oh shit, dude. Have you like prepared this in beforehand or something?
No, I just realized.
Nice. But here comes the push here from Wooded Micro, and he's gonna get a great position on those siege tanks. He's gonna lose that very important tank. This is so bad right now for Hope. It's just a little bit. Yeah.
It's burning and it's down.
That is so bad, and he's gonna lose SCVs as well.
Oh. What the?
This is pretty much a disaster for Hope. If he had known, if he had had a little bit better scouting information, then this wouldn't have been a problem at all, I think.
Well, and we have a secondary drop coming in.
Yeah. It is true. We can see that Hope has like he has some idle SCVs here and there.
Oh, at
4
the
in
same
gas.
time, Hope is moving out.
Yeah, we'll see. He knows that he's got to put on some pressure. It's 61 workers. But here comes the push towards the third base. Does he turn back or what does he do? Ah, this is so bad. He's going to lose that command center. But he's going to go for it.
Frontal.
He repairs the command center, so that's safe at least. He's got a couple of tanks to defend, but here comes the push against the third base of Wooded. He's got to do a lot of damage right now.
Oh, watch the main of Hope. What a bit.
This is a disaster for Hope. I feel like there's no coming back from this. It's 70 workers against 30. He just lost his entire army. It's 45 supplies, so he's basically just going through the motions of dying right now. But the thing is that I don't think Hope should feel bad about this at all, because like seriously, like you have the right decisions. You're playing really, really well. The only thing that like they're just these very small things that are causing you to lose. Like not having air units to defend against Liberator, or in this case, just a simple bit of scouting and being out of position. So yeah, being a little bit more mindful about these things, and I think he's gonna do well.
Yeah, but like you see, it's like Voodoo has been very smart sieging up just in case in certain positions. But here we have the Doomday drop again.
Yep. 2-2 is going to be finishing. We're not going to be able to stop that, but at the same time, you're not going to have any production. So GG calls Hope, and that means that Wooded Micro goes on to the next game. Going to be advancing to the semifinals. So yeah.
Not bad, not bad.
I think Wooded Micro played impressively. He did a really good job finding holes in his opponent's defense, identifying how he could win. And I like he makes small decisions, like for instance, as soon as like he makes his push, afterwards he builds an extra bunker that he then removes as soon as
he keeps on controlling the initiative as well, and that's a nice thing to do, because instead of dropping back, building up, taking your time, he's like, yeah, I have the next step already. So Hope didn't get any breather at all on the end game there.
Yeah, no, like Wooded knew exactly what to do, like you said. Like he had a good plan. And I've been harping about that all through Freestart Cup, about like, you gotta have a plan. And yeah, I think that he did a great job. But yeah, I think both of them did a good job. I feel a bit sorry for Hope, because like he just made like 2 mistakes. It was unfortunate for him that they were massive mistakes. So yeah, everything else was good. Keep trucking, Hope. I think you can do it. So gotta find ourselves another match. Gotta take a look at the brackets.
Woohoo!
Yowza. So, do you have the bracket, Sjugur? I can post the link to the bracket in the stream chat as well.
I can try and get it up. Where do I have?
There we go.
Yeah. Thanks to the link in the stream chat, I can take a look at the bracket. So I see the.
So.
Okay, I almost said the donut one, but it's not the donut. It's the donut. I think. Oh my god!
I don't know.
This is too early in the morning on a Sunday, man.
It's sort of like a French donut or something. DOUNAT. It's just.
It's a mix between Duna and Donut.
Yeah. So, but yeah,
Yeah.
I've been hearing rumors that Aluton is someone you want to keep an eye on. That he's a good player. So perhaps we'll end up getting Wooded Micro versus Aluton. Aluton. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce it. Sorry.
Well, I have no idea how to about any of them. I think
No, but
if Hope is the Hope we've streamed before,
yeah, Hope is the Norwegian Hope. He's
yeah. Then I remember him.
yeah.
But it's like been out of the game too long.
It is true, but yeah. So half of the matches are finished. We have a Donut or whatever versus Ronimble. That's a 2-0 to the Donut, the French Donut, and Wooded Micro takes Hope 2-0. So as soon as we have the results in from the remaining matches, we'll be going into the semifinals.
Well, it's not Ron. It is Ron Nimble. It's the
Yes,
Nimble Run.
I think you might be correct, Shane.
Yeah. At least in my eyes, that's the reasonable judgment. But of course, I shouldn't like do stupid stuff with people's nicknames.
Well, I think we're not being too mean. I think we're fine. So, yeah. Besides, you'll probably just make some bad puns. So yeah. Anyways, we're just
I've
allowed
been
to be mean.
pondering about this.
We're just allowed to be mean to each other, shit. So yeah, we're gonna take a quick break to figure out which match is the next one, and yeah. So stay tuned, guys. Yes, we are back. So, we've been talking to the organizers. So we're going to be casting Wooded Micro, and it's going to be versus Aluten or Parathix. So, yeah, they're not done yet, but we figured we might as well sit here and shoot the shit while we're waiting. So, yeah. We've been
Yes.
fixing Sjugur's mic, and he's trying to act like he's... Doesn't work. So, but now it sounds
No, I'm not
sounds
that.
lovely. Are you lovely, Sjur?
I don't know if I'm lovely or not. My girlfriend tolerates me. So that should make me, like, to a certain degree lovable.
Nice. Wow.
I don't know, how about you? Do you feel lovely?
Oh, I'm absolutely stunning. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Something like that.
something like that. So, what have you been playing lately, Sjur?
I've been playing a bit of Conan. Exiles,
With the
just
new
to
horses?
specify. Yes, horses, and I've been fooling around with the necromancy stuff there.
Yeah.
And I'm severely disappointed because the leveling system of trolls now is like, the necromancy is like redundant. They need to have it so the like humanoid zombies and skeletons, you can like equip them with weapons at least.
Mm.
And maybe put in sort of a similar thing to the named NPC. So level 4-ish skeleton or something that can, with like 0.5 chance of having a spawn rate or something when you make them. But except from that, I'm a happy man.
I see. So, yeah. I've been playing a lot of League of Legends lately. There's a new season going on, so I've been trying to. I play like in platinum. That's always where I end up. But every start of every season, like a season is a whole year. So at the start of every year, I'm demoted to fucking silver after qualifiers, and then I have to work my back way back up to platinum, and it takes me a year to do it with some months break because there's always some other games that I want to play as well. So.
Yeah, but you can't, you can't make platinum without silver.
Okay.
I don't know. If by chance somebody Googles this and I'm correct, it would be awesome.
I doubt
But
it.
I
I
think
really
I'm
doubt it.
way off.
But yeah. No, it's yeah, but yeah,
Oh,
but
I got interested.
you got interested in what? Excuse me?
Of course, platinum is has an atomic number for itself, so I don't think there's any silver in it at all.
No, it is true. But yeah.
Yes.
I was fairly certain of that, but I didn't want to make the mistake of looking like a fool on stream.
I can do that for both of us.
Yeah, thanks. Anyways, yeah, we're just
I can
waiting.
afford
Ooh,
to. I have a top grade in nature science, so and chemistry. So, oh, I showed that grade value.
nice. We got Aluten is or Aluton is ready to play against Woody, and it was a 2-1. So that's nice. That means that Parathex at least gave him a run for his money. See how this works. We're waiting for the invites, which will be nice. Let's take a look. I'm gonna see the profiles of these guys. Oh, Aluten is Grandmaster, so he's a badass.
Oh, or he has been.
Well,
Oh, he probably is.
yeah, but so is Wooded. So both of these guys are like Wooded has an MMR of 5,600, whereas a Luton has 5,600. So yeah, this is gonna be like a. I hope this is gonna be like a real slugfest. Because that's always really fun when you have players of this kind of caliber going at it. Of course, there's always like. Have you watched any MMA shoot? Like
MMA?
yeah, like UFC.
Just a couple of clips here
Yeah.
and there. It's like, you know me, it's like watching martial art is not as fun as pretending to know martial arts.
It is true. But yeah. But yeah, my point was simply that when you see like the super high level athletes in UFC, you'll see that most of the time they're just playing it safe. They're just looking for a mistake. They're not like overextending themselves in any way. So you don't get these crazy fights. And I think
Yeah,
that's
but that is why you need to watch the Moscow M1
okay.
instead of the American MMA, because Russians are crazy.
Okay, cool. But you have some Russians in the UFC as well, but it seems like but you see it in every kind of competitive aspect. Like if you're meeting someone that you know that they're like top of their game, then the problem is that you don't want to overextend because you know they're going to punish it and you know it's going to be incredibly hard to come back because your opponent doesn't make mistakes, etc., etc. So you get these kinds of like slow stalemate type of games, and eventually someone makes a mistake. So yeah, but we're just waiting right now for a Luton and Wooded to start, and it's going to be a PVT. Are you ready for some Protoss, sure?
I'm ready for the private match. PVT.
Yowza.
I just like, there's no answer.
Demon made a good joke though, in our chat. He said, "Much better, thank you, Aziz." Remember where that reference is from?
Aladdin or something?
No. It's Fifth Element. Aziz, lights. It's a great part of that movie. Apparently, I'm the only one who thinks so. Give me a thumbs up in chat if you think it's a great movie or a great moment in that movie. I miss it. I really, really hope that they don't do a remix of it. So
You know it will come.
yeah, we're sitting here waiting for Wooded Micro. I'm not sure what he is doing. Hey, Papi Joe. So yeah, welcome. We got a lot of new people tuning in today, which is very fun. We're really glad to be back doing Starcraft.
Away yet.
Hmm?
I haven't scared people away yet, so I'm happy.
Yeah. So, give them time, shit.
It's only been about an hour.
It is true.
Yes.
But yeah. No, it's so much fun
Half an hour.
casting Starcraft again. We've been like we've casted 3 events prior to this one. And before that it was like back to 2013 or something before we were actively doing commentating. So we had like 5 years of break or something like that.
It's like once a decade is enough for us.
Yeah. So we're kind of rusty, and we started off doing Norwegian. So this is our first English after coming back. So I think we're doing okay. There's some improvement potential, of course, but I feel like it's good. It's fun.
But I'm wondering about one thing. Do you have the Warcraft 3 beta?
No, huh?
Warcraft 3 Reforged? Multiplayer beta?
No, I don't. Is it good?
Okay then. It's different.
Okay. I
But
hardly
it
even
feels
remember
nice.
Warcraft 3.
No, it's easy AI is hating you. At least
Is
when
that good or bad?
I think it's good because I probably is not a good player and deserve to get my ass handed to me by an easy AI. Okay, I only played one match, but it's like I was like, yeah, I feel this is. I got a nice flow with the eco and stuff like that, and it's just like, nope.
Mm. Well, but yeah, it's always better with a good AI than a bad AI, because like there's nothing worse than like playing on hard and it's fairly easy. Like, but the thing about the AI is that it's usually just like you just give it more bonuses until it beats you, and that kind of sucks. I'm looking for that adaptive, challenging AI. I gotta make that open AI available to all games, but I think it requires a little bit too much effort. So, Wooden Micro is back. He's asking for no match history. There we go. I think both of them actually are awake now. Alright. Good luck, have fun. So, yeah, PVT.
Yeah. Aliens.
Yeah.
Them damn aliens.
We saw some cool PVTs last time we casted.
Yeah, or you know what we also can call it? Instead of Terran or Protoss versus Terran? Elder versus Space Marines?
Well, yeah. Like the Protoss are like the elder race, isn't it?
Yeah, sort of, but it's like it's only the Terran that is like very much stolen from, or like I don't know who was first with stuff, but anyways, it's a good thematic.
So yeah.
Yeah, that didn't make sense at all. Anyways,
Why don't we segue right into the introduction
yeah.
shit?
Yeah. In the low left corner, we have the champion of Terra, Wooded Microbe, who is here to spread his microbes into space. Alutron is in the upper right corner, playing the purple gothic alien Protoss.
Yeah, that was awfully emo, if you ask me.
Yeah, if you look at the pylon there, that's one of. I don't know if it's emo or no, not emo. It's like it's either goth or some sort of like magical heavy metal skin on that pylon.
Mm. Well, I think it's one of the better skins they've made. Like, I'm not that fan of this. Uh, I don't even know what this. I think it's just an SCV skin, basically. But yeah. I don't like it. I think it's it's from Starcraft 1, of course. It's the Starcraft
Yeah.
1 SCV. I recognized it. I never even I never actually played Starcraft 1. I think I tried it a few times and then I just got like Zergling rushed and just threw my hands up in the air and said like fuck you and stalked off.
Well, only thing I know is like people were playing StarCraft 1 and I were still playing Dune 2, so.
Yeah. No, but I really got addicted to StarCraft 2 though. Such a great game. So yeah, Reaper opening, got some adepts as well. Yeah. Adepts are really good at destroying these Reapers, so.
Yeah, but
No.
the Reaper has done a nice scouting job.
附属建筑
Yeah.
搭建完成。
Why the fuck? I was just like seeing point of view from the Terran, and he's using like a Chinese voiceover. So I was just like, what? But yeah, a little bit of harassment here. Ooh, that's nice. Will you actually get it though? I think you can get it if you shade properly. You can actually catch up to the Reaper. So, but he's not gonna go for that. So we're seeing standard opening going for a Viking, and we're gonna be having Phoenix here from Aluton.
Yeah, Phoenix is already out. About yeah, no Vikings out, but it's on its way.
Yep. We got Widow Mines as well, so that's going to be important. And he's going to fly right over it. So that means that that guy is done. And here comes the Viking. How about perfect fucking timing? That was impressive. Oh my god, that was so
I
good.
think that was scripted by Hollywood or something.
That was like stars were aligning. So, continuing to make Phoenixes, putting on some extra gateways. So we're going to be having 3 Phoenixes. We have Cyclones, and it looks like we have a nice push here coming from Aluton. Aluton. I think that Aluton sounds better than Aluton. Anyways. So yeah, there's not much defense here for Wooded Micro. And now he's starting to pick up some reinforcements. And Wooded is having some indecision here. Ah, he's gonna be losing that as well. That is massive. Cyclone here starting to do some damage. Gonna be pushing in now. We'll see how this works out. This is not a lot from the Protoss player. But those Phoenixes. Yeah, Phoenixes. And this is so nice. Yeah, will he manage to break through here? It's gonna be tight. Yeah, he's gonna be pulling the probes. That's great. It's gonna be losing workers for that. But in the end, Protoss is going to be defending against this.
That was a nice defense.
Yeah, really was.
But of course he has lost 12 probes so far.
Yeah. And they're now down to 41 versus 42 workers, and we got to remember that Terran still has the money hack, also known as the mule.
It's not a hack, it's a fundamental part of the game.
Yes, it is a fundamental part of the game. I'll agree to that, but it's still got that money hack. So
Yeah, but Protoss has shield hack, so it's okay.
well, I'd counter that with Terran healing. I don't know. I feel like the only fair race is Zerg. Nice harassment here being done, getting some free workers. Third base also being taken here by Luton. He's really nervous about drops, keeping a close eye on things, which is good. Third base being taken, a little bit off position, but probably going to be fixing that. It's going to be annoying to have to lift things off, though. Upgrades are on the way. All of the upgrades. We have a robotics bay on the way as well. So the question is, will we be seeing Colossi? And I think there's a fair chance we will, considering there are Phoenixes. He already has air dominance, and Colossi are really great if you have air dominance.
Nice. You got a nice pickup on the mines there.
Nice.
And that's a like relief to like stop the mines from burying.
Yeah. I'm gonna probably ask that these guys pick a different color than purple next time, because purple, while it may look good on the skin, it's a bit hard to see on the minimap. You know.
No, it's not.
We're old gamers!
Colorblind idiot.
No, I'm not a colorblind idiot. I'm just a regular idiot. So, yeah. Armory coming in, going to be going straight ahead for those upgrades. And here comes the Colossi. Twilight Council going down, going to be having even more upgrades. These guys are just basically saying, let's turtle. Let's go for it. And I'm kind of curious, because I think that Protoss is really strong in the late game versus Terran. with the disruptors, with Colossi, with Storm, Archons. There's just so much. Whereas Terrans, I feel like they don't have the same kind of options.
Well, you have this magical thing called a Thor.
Well, yes, but in order to go for Thor, you need to have like a mech opening
Yeah.
with the mech upgrades and whatnot. It doesn't really help to
Because
splash them in.
if I remember correctly, the Colossi is so high it actually can be targeted by the anti-air of Thor.
Probably, yeah. Well, yeah, we'll probably be seeing a transition into Vikings as soon as he identifies. And he's actually pulling back, so he's not even scouted this? Really?
Uh-huh.
What is this? Some kind of 6 fucking cents? That's pretty impressive. But yeah, good job. And I really think that considering his opponent expanded this way, you want to be expanding the opposite way.
The other,
Yeah.
probably.
So let's take a look at the units tab here. So we got about 5 Vikings, so he's working on that air dominance. We got 5 Phoenixes. We have just a handful of gateway units. 10 Stalkers is actually quite a bit. Are we going to be having... yeah, Storm is on the way, so we're going to be having Archons. We have charge slots. So yeah, we're getting like all the upgrades. How are the... we probably need a lot higher gateway count though, so that's going to be coming in pretty soon. Terran's just gearing up with everything. Getting all the upgrades. 4 Vikings at a time. What is
And
this?
getting up a couple of turrets to see if there's any of those
Yep.
invisible, nasty Dark Templars around. No, it wasn't a turret. Yeah, the turret is coming now.
Yep.
Because,
And here comes the push from Luton. So this is going to be very interesting to see, because this is going to be a lot about positioning. He's breaking down the rocks. There are 2 ramps that you can use here to attack from 2 angles. But the question is, does he have enough units to do it that way? The Vikings are going to be a massive problem, though. He's going to have to try and defend the Colossi as best he can, but
it's a nasty ball of Protoss.
it is. And here we see storms are going down. I don't think there's that many. We have 4 High Templars. So he's just going to be pushing in. Missile turret's actually doing a fair bit of damage to the Colossi here. Ooh, nice. Wooded Micro looking to do some... oh, this is nice. Cancels both of those. Ah, look at this position. This is fucking lovely. Ah, great job here. But there goes the air dominance. Terran's going to be winning that. We have a drop coming in here now. We'll see. Not that much money for a Luton, so he can't really do a lot of warp ends. Fortunately, not supply block. But down goes...
he took down the Nexus. So
yeah.
And it goes right up to the next one.
Yeah, this is massive. Oh, if you can actually manage to get this, you need to micro a little bit if you're gonna do that. Oh my god, it does a recall, but is it enough? It is not! Holy hell! Wooded Micro, you're a beast! This is a massive blow to a Luton. This is just insane. So, yeah. Okay, let's see here. Probably we're going to be seeing an attack here from a Luton, and I'm not saying that just because he's marching across the map, but it's because
Yes.
it's because as the game progresses, you're going to be falling further and further behind, right?
Did you see that scan? Just on top of the army.
Yeah, that was perfect.
Well, of
Very
course,
good.
it's part of the army with his radar tower as well. So
Yeah. So yeah, he's going for that same old position. We do have a single tank, a lot of marauders. Oh, this is painful. Does he have enough to engage this head on? He's 160 65 supply versus 156. The tanks are really doing a nice job defensively here. I think you could actually... I think you could win against that.
The SUVs again.
Oh, he's going for it, and he's taking down the Colossi. They are down. Is that a ghost I see? Yeah, we have a couple of ghosts on the field. So we got some EMPs in that fight. We got some zealots.
The zealot run by.
It is really nice picking off those tanks because they are strong defensively. Yeah, a Luton down to 146 supply right now versus 183. Almost a doubling in army supply.
Both are walking their armies out now.
Alright, so they're just walking straight past each other.
Yeah.
But the thing is that, like, turn is fairly well defended with a planetary fortress here and some tanks. He lost the ghost though, that was a big deal. But we have an attack, he's not repairing it, so yeah, he's just paying attention. He's going for the throat up here. But he's gonna be losing a lot. Is this gonna turn into a real base trade?
For a base trade, I think.
Huh?
You need to stick with your choice and just pray you can push it through, I think.
Yeah. And this is just way too many stalkers and everything in order to be able to deal with. This is really cool. This is the first base trade we've seen since we've come back.
Yeah.
And I feel like... Okay, so both of them have their outward bases. Wooded Micro taking additional base.
Oh,
Vikings
nice.
doing a ton of damage in the base as well. Losing just about everything. Oh, we have some Dark Templars as well. But that didn't help much. Yeah. No, this is... Terran is looking really strong here right now. How's defense? Oh, we have Liberators. That's great for defense. So I think this really looks like Terran is going to win this. And he's just spamming Liberators.
Aluton is on his way back, it seems.
Yeah.
And they'll try to do a last-ditch defense.
Protoss is losing all of his tech right now, and that means he's not coming back. Whereas Terran is just like, well, I'm fine. So, Aluton doesn't even have money. Like, he's got 80 bucks. Or 80 supply, I mean. He's got 60 army supply. 21 workers versus 35.
And tries to build up his some production capabilities.
Yeah. So he's not going to be living in that corner of the map. So yeah, but he's gonna, like, he's right now on 1 base versus 4. And Terran can just keep on marching. Now, I don't think even all of that isn't going to be enough.
Yeah, it might. There's only one medevac there.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's just so much. There's so much damage, and there's 3/3 upgrades. Well, on both sides. Well, no,
he will take this, but the follow-up will be difficult.
Yeah. Yeah, we got a lot of units. We got Liberators and everything. So, what a weird game. This is insane. And thank you to Tirheim Dahl for saying that I look scary. Always makes me feel good. So, yeah. We got planetary fortresses. Is he going to build another one? But here comes the push. Is he out of position? I think he is. This can be big. He really doesn't want to lose orbital commands because if there's any hidden, like if there's going to be more Dark Templars, it's going to be an issue. But I think this is going to be cleanup. I think Wooded is going to clean this up easily. Yeah.
So, first win for Wooded. That was a nice match.
Wooded played that so well. Yeah. It was a really strange base trade situation. I loved Aluton, how he positioned himself on the backside of the base in order to stop the mining and kill some SCVs, force repositioning from the Terran. But then Wooded Micro was just like, if you have everything on trying to stop me mining from one base, I'm just gonna kill 2 of your bases with double drop. So very nice decision. You gotta feel nervous when you have a Protoss army on stepping on your neck like that, and then you send off 2 of your medevacs. Yeah, you got some balls if you do that. But he realized that I was taking some damage, economic damage, so I should inflict some economic damage as well. And he did really well. I think it's hard making those decisions, and I think you get a lot better at it when you have the kind of practice that people in Grandmasters have. But yeah, what do you think, Shun?
Well, I think that Wooded was on point. He had some really nice either luck or like experience timings with especially like you saw with the Phoenix that had 1 hit point left and were just like greeted by a Viking and stuff like that. And several other things, and he cleaned up very well at the end there.
Yeah.
So I think both of them, when they were going for the base trade, it's like both of them did the correct decision there as well, I think. Because you have to try.
Yeah. But it was, it's weird trying to call a base trade situation like that, but that was just, it's fun. We have the next match, and it's going to be on a Nightshade.
Yeah, it's a nice and gothic location for the Alutron.
Yeah, and it's still purple.
Why do
God
I
damn
put
it.
in an R there, Aluton? Aluton, not Alutron.
Right.
It's like I make him into a transformer.
I approve.
Yeah. He's in the lower right corner, whereas our reigning Terran Master, almost to say, is in the up right.
Yep.
Up left. Right and left, you know, it's a Sunday, nobody really cares.
Yeah. You know, it's kind of difficult mastering these simple concepts.
Up, down.
Bam. So this is kind of like a lunar map, or even stranger than that, because we got some weird ass flowers. But looks.
I would
looks
say
nice.
it looks like some sort of like nether realm or something.
Yeah, that could be cool. Like if you were playing like a D&D RPG game of sorts, like Pathfinder or something.
Some kind of drow area.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it could be drow, but it could also be like druids and magical beasts and manticores and shit.
Or just like some weird Zerg area. It's like stuff
It's
be
me
weird
home! So, yeah. Wow. We got ourselves a Reaper opening. And, speaking of Zerg, I really hope I get to cast a Zerg game today. That would be nice. I don't know if any of... Well, it depends on who's on the other...
No.
Depends on who's on the other side of the bracket, right? So. Oh, look at this!
We don't like insects today. It's too cold for them. They're
Is he-
in hibernation.
He's not aware of this bunker. This is huge! This is gonna deny mining and be a pain in the ass.
Such a dick move.
It is true. Starport, or Stargate coming down. Here's the Reaper. And it's just like, congratulations, you have won
You're
a
under
bunker.
attack. Siege up.
Oh my god, he has the Artosis as a voiceover thingy. That was funny. He was just like Artosis' voice saying like he was under attack.
Nice.
I want that. Yeah, this is a pain in the ass. Really good job. Like very low cost but high efficiency harassment.
It's like well, you're not doing much, but it's like you're being annoying.
Yup. Trying to push here. We'll see how this works. And he can just juke and jive with this guy. And he's even bringing the probes. Oh my god, is he that stressed out? Target fire the probes. Oh, that is good stuff. He's not going to be able to get the other dudes though, but
Oh,
that was a really good job by Wooded Micro.
that is one hero SUV.
It's true. Now he's starting to make. Ooh. He was planning on making a second Oracle, but he cancelled it, or maybe it was just popped out. So. Yeah. So we'll see what he plans
Only
on.
one article out, so
Going straight into robotics, by the way.
but look at all those Marines. But well, you can't have Marines up down there when the article is up there.
Oracle doing a great job here. So far. Oh, this is spectacular amounts of damage. Where are you, Terran? And he's even getting like how many? He has 14 Marines. Where are they? Did he just?
They are on their way across the map.
Yeah, but that's recently. I think he just like realized that, oh, I made a brain fart, so now I just have to go attack because I lost too much. Because now he's down 20 workers.
Yeah.
I honestly think this was a brain fart. I don't think he realized that he was under attack. So now he's just gonna go in. We'll see how this works out. He's even bringing some of the boys. This is not gonna work. There are 2 shield batteries here.
Like the shields are just like,
Yeah. No, the shield batteries are so cool. I really like them. Adds a lot to defensive capabilities of Protoss.
yeah, but you called hack of mules a hack?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you can just make money out of nothing. Whereas shields it's not like those shields are just going to be like defensive capabilities all on their own. You actually have to have units. But yeah. No, but I think it has done a lot for the matchup. So, and everything that makes Starcraft less stale and giving people more options is something that I'm all for. So what's the plan here? Is we having is this the first starport? Yeah, I believe it's the first starport.
Oh, well, he tries wobbling down once more with the group. Team without Medrax support.
Yeah. Massive engagement. Takes out the shield battery. He's just going to do a little bit, but he's going to be careful because those oracles are on the way. He's going to clean this up, but he's going to do as much damage as possible, targeting the sentries. Yeah. So
he didn't do that much, I think, in the long run there. So
yeah, but it's 37 workers to 63. Aluton is doubling him in army supply, or in supply in general. This is a massive disaster for Wooded Micro. We got Colossi on the way with Thermal Lance. We got Blink. Like, Protoss is just like, what would you like, sir? I'd like one of everything. So yeah, and there's nothing Terran can do about it at all. He's even making a sneaky base down on the left side. All right.
Okay.
But I think that, like... Oh, and it takes off both the oracles. That's a big deal. That means a lot less map presence for Protoss. Sure.
It will be interesting to see if Wooded can climb himself out of this hole.
I don't think that's gonna happen because like both of these guys are grandmasters. So as soon as
Yeah.
like what
Your
does...
forces are taking damage.
I love
But you
these.
must remember the secret base.
But yeah,
Like any good villain, Wooded Microbe has built himself a secret lair.
it's true. But now comes the push from the Protoss. He doesn't have a Warp Prism. So that would be very nice for reinforcements. And he's not even using the robotics factory. There we go. Warp Prism. I love it. Okay, so he's going to be pushing in to these tanks, but he's got a couple of Colossi. I think he can do this if he does it correctly. Oh! He's got a moment here. If he can pick off this free tank, that's going to be nice. Oh, a little late to the party, that third one, but this is so nice. But there are tanks everywhere, so this is going to be painful. He jumps onto the tank. He gets it. And that means the third base is exposed, and that's a GG.
That's a 1-1 then.
I like it, shoot. We're getting some good games. But yeah, I think Wooded knew that he was dead for a long time. He just decided he wasn't gonna be. He just wasn't gonna GG. And I think that's fine because like you're as you play, you learn about your player. You can see like, is he actually capable of finishing me off? Yes, he is. Okay, let's GG. And it's just like you.
Yeah, but Puppy Joe had a like he thinks that Wood Microbe would win like 2-1. So that's a possibility now. So we might have a soothsayer in our among our viewers.
Yes. But yeah, except for the fact that, like, we have a legend Alan. He said like Oracle is probably a bad move, but then the Oracle's like had 15 worker kills or something. So it's just like, yeah, that's not supposed to happen. So Alan is supposed to be right, but yeah, things just kind of went very sideways for Wooded. So next game is going to be on Triton. That's a map we've seen quite a lot. Take it away, Sjur.
Yeah, welcome to the map that has more snow than we have in Oslo at the moment. In the lower left corner, lower right corner, we have the Protoss, purple, being on the top, and we have the Microbe in the upper right corner, left corner. Fuck my.
I can tell you're not having a good day, Sjur. So yeah, but you know there is a 50-50 chance, so yeah.
Well, it's important to make some good entertainment in the start of the early parts of any matchup, because it's a bit boring to sit and wait for the first clashes and see if somebody cheeses or
It's true.
not and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
If I can make Fable laugh by making a fool out of myself because he's not laughing at my jokes, then it's a win.
All right. I like it. I like your attitude, Shoot.
Excuses. It's not attitude.
So yeah, I got an expansion going on. Cybernetics Core standard, very standard with the Reaper opening. It sent out that probe, so we could do a block here. No, it doesn't do it. He was considering it. He was tempted by the dark side. So yeah, this is sort of like a tricky map because of these 3 ramps here. Makes it really hard to defend against certain things. This is also sort of like an open area, but yeah, I think it's a really cool map in many ways, but it's also very open for drops. But we've seen Wooded Micro. He did a lot of drops in the first game. When he casted against Hope.
Yeah.
Hope he basically destroyed with in one of the games with a drop. So we'll see if
it
he...
was a couple of drops, I think.
Yeah, but like
Wasn't
one of
just
the games
one.
was decided by a drop. So, but we'll see anyways, right? But this seems like a good map to do some dropping in. Aluton has shown himself capable of like he's patrolling very well against stuff like that. So it's good. We'll just have to wait and see. We do have a fast starport on the way, so no 3rd command center. Stargate completed as well for the Protoss. There we go. With Phoenixes.
Oh, the Reaper is just like running parallel with Adept. Just having a fun day.
Yeah. And I think Tyr makes a spectacular point, and that is whenever I build secret bases, it's cheese. When this guy does it, it's strategy. Yes, you are correct, sir. Because when you do it, it's part of your opening strategy. It's sort of like, I'm going to take my first SCV and send it across the map to make a secret base. So that's why it's cheese. Whereas this guy, he just loses 20 SCVs to 2 oracles, and then he goes to build a secret base in order to hopefully have a chance to get back into it. So that's why it's strategy. But yeah.
Yeah. You need to become the evil villain before you gain rights to build a secret base.
Yes. Yeah. But I remember when me and Tyr were working together, we used to have like these mini LAN parties, and where we would play Starcraft. And he loved to play with carriers, like all of the biggest units. He would just rush those, and it was just like we're playing multiplayer games, so it's just like, yeah, the rest of you guys have to defend. I'm just gonna go for carriers. So, but if we managed to defend, it meant that we pretty much kicked ass later because of him having like 25 carriers. It's kind of good. So yeah.
Well, yeah, you see something interesting here. It's like Cyclone, Viking, and Marines pushing some couple of Phoenixes back to base.
And this is great. Like, he's doing such a good job pushing in here, and he's trying to get a good concave. How is this going, though? This looks like it's going to be very Protoss favored, and he's even pulling back the reinforcements. Nice cleanup here by Protoss. He could have actually taken that medevac and gotten everything out there. Or a part of it out.
No, I don't think so, because of all those Phoenixes. Could easily have picked down the medevac, I think.
Yeah. Well, yes, it is possible, but if you can get him away from some of the ground units and you can redrop them, I don't know. It's a hard call to make, but either way, it was a good cleanup there by Protoss.
I have a follow-up attack from Aluton. Oh, to say Tron instead of Ton, it comes like too natural.
Yeah. Look at this, he's just actually just dropping his mules. He's just like, I don't care. That's kind of ballsy. I like it. Again, we're seeing that Woody is he's great at building that bunker, identifying when he needs a bunker. He did that in the previous series as well. So I like it. Like he's got a lot of game wisdom.
Yeah, they also have like for some long distance mining and stuff. So,
Yeah. We're getting a lot of upgrades going here. We're seeing all the bio upgrades going to be coming in. Do we have combat shields? I don't think it's been started. No, no combat shields. Oh, loses a phoenix just to that flyby. That's unfortunate. Third base is down for both players, but fully saturated. Like Aluton is so far ahead in terms of economy. 65 workers to 47. So we're going to be seeing that in like 3 to 4 minutes time. That's going to have show a massive difference, unless something drastic happens, of course, before then.
yeah, but like when it comes to armory supply, I think it's like roughly even.
Yeah, the question though is, like I think Terran has a much stronger ground army. The Phoenixes are not that useful, as in terms of like a straight up fight. Looky here, the lone Colossi, and he's going for the push. This is brave as hell, and he's lifting up all the tanks. This is actually working out great. Holy hell, what a move! Trying to get on top of those tanks. Oh, this is so much damage, but is it enough? And he's trying to pull back.
Trying to get that Colossi.
But here comes another one.
Appears.
And he's gonna get some workers as well. Like, okay, this might have seemed like it was a rash move by the Protoss, but consider this. He's now taking his 4th base. He's up by 30 workers. He's basically in a position where he can do whatever he wants. So this is this simply Woody who's been too conservative, thinking that I have to not overextend? Maybe he got a little bit nervous after losing that previous game because of those oracles. But again, I feel like the only bad decision he made was that he didn't realize he was getting destroyed by a couple of oracles. So it's not like playing a stand-up game versus Aluton is somehow disfavorable to him. So yeah. But right now it's Aluton. This is your game to lose, man, because you're in such a commanding position that there should be no way you lose this. We'll see how this works out. 20 workers now, so starting to even out a bit as Aluton has maxed out. He's now also finishing up his Gateway Bloom. And with this 3 Colossi out, he's going to be just spawning in tons of Zealots and whatnot. Got some...
like how Wood is like running a bit around, checking for hidden bases and stuff.
Yeah, using his Vikings to suicide on the base here. This didn't work out that well. Pulls him out of position. Is the little hit squad on the left side able to do anything though? These are the types
I think it's too small.
Yes, but these are the types of moves that I like a lot. He's sending out units. He knows that a straight up engagement, like he saw that army, so he knows that a straight up engagement is not going to go well for him. So as this pushes out, as the army pushes out, he just goes right in here. But there's just so much warping potential here that counterattacks isn't really going to be a big problem for this Protoss. Needs to siege up if he's gonna have any chance. He's probably gonna need the boys. He scans, sees everything that's going on. There are so many High Templars as well. There's not a lot of forces to actually buffer for these important guys. So need yeah, there's the massive Zealot warp in. 83 army to supply to 57.
I think this is a dark day for the like for the conscripts of Wooded.
Yeah. Oh man, this is I think I think Wooded is in deep trouble here. We'll see how this goes. He's gonna try and push into the third. Scouts make sure that there's no fourth. That's a very nice scouting depot. These are these small things that anyone can add to their game, like putting a little bit of a forward depot to see your enemy coming in. So this is awesome. But those tanks are really powerful right now. More hit squads here from Wooded Micro, and this is doing great.
Yeah.
Oh.
But okay. Why? Why?
Yeah, I kind of forgot about that. And then he sends, like, this is so annoying to play against. This is one of the, like, when you play against Terran players who are good at this, it is absolutely horrible. It feels so badly when you're just like pulled to every corner, you're losing like 10 SCVs, etc. So yeah. This is a brave base by Aliton. He's just gonna be expanding towards his opponent, feeling quite confident.
Yeah, and it's like just walking around picking stuff,
But-
burning down villages.
But the thing here is that
your friendly neighborhood alien.
but one of the things that I'm thinking about here is just like he's actually allowing Wooded to come back into this game. They're equal in army supply. Now you might say that the Protoss army is very well developed. They have some like with all kinds of splash damage. Oh, and he's doing a recall down. Yeah, cleaning up. But yeah, if anything, like Aliaton, he tried pushing into the middle. He tried pushing in on the right side here, but he didn't find a way to really close it out, right? He could have used like a warp prism pushing up here, but yeah. At this point, I think we're starting to get back to it's anyone's game. Now there is a huge worker disparity.
If he's able to like drive by this force here,
Does he see it?
I don't know.
I don't think he saw it. And he's not attacking either, so this is going to be really good for the Terran. Are we going to have another base trade? No, no, no. Protoss is coming in, and he's angry. Oh, you gotta be sieging up. You gotta be prepared for this. All your bio is on the wrong side. Oh, this is huge. This is a deciding battle. Aliaton is pushing in, feeling confident. His High Templars are finally now coming, and they are going to be cleaning everything up. And right now, we're seeing that it's 70 army supply to 56. Another great push here from Wooded Micro. He's really pushing Aliaton on every aspect. This is great work by him.
This he has a decent strike force up already, so but the big blob of doom from Aliaton has also been reduced.
Yeah, it's
Like
true.
that.
He's making a lot of tanks and they're going to be out of position right now, but he is just going to be abandoning that base. I think that's a good idea for now. He's fully sieged and in a very good position. He's very close to having 3-3 as well, so that's going to be really powerful. He also has a +1 upgrade and getting some free units here. That's very, very nice. Aliaton may seem like he's been dominating all of this game, but he's not very rich. He's just now managing to max out.
And it also brings up a medevac drop on the left side. The correct left side this time.
Yeah, we got a little one flying in there, but here comes the push on the third. So many tanks though. But yeah, seems to be abandoning that idea. The SAVs save the day. Here comes the push in with the medevac. It's gonna be at least taking out that S. No, it doesn't manage to get the SUV.
Oh.
Oh yeah, this is so huge, and right now, like Aluton is equal in supply. He's still up in a lot of workers, but you got to remember there's a lot of mules going on. He's building additional command centers, so that's going to be great. These guys are optimistic. Are you kidding me? Oh my god, those guys. Aluton is slowly losing footing in this game. Like I said, this was his game to win, and right now it's starting to look worse and worse. He doesn't seem to find, like, he has the army. He has, I don't know, I'd like to see perhaps more zealots. Or guys, what do you think? Do you think that stalkers are the best choice right now? I feel like they're not really what you want. I think you'd see more Archons, Zealots, High Templars.
He needs to have something to take care of those tanks at least.
Yeah. No, but it really does seem that despite having like a massive you're not getting in here. This is just like boom, and you lost 50 in supply. That is beastly. Problem is though that right now I think that Terran should be considering expanding to the left here, and he might be doing so. We'll see. He really needs more money, but he's getting to a point where we're like he has this huge tank army, but how's he going to be attacking with this? Right? At what point can this super slow army move across the map without you losing everything at the same time?
Well, he needs to build like twice as many tanks, and he can leapfrog them.
I see.
Yes. Or just a ton of medivacs, and he can like lift them up. Jokes aside, it will be a slow drive across the map, and but he's doing something.
And here's Tyr's favorite unit, the Carrier, has arrived. They're pretty damn awesome. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see if they're actually... Like, that's gonna be probably the best choice for Aluton. I like the fact that he's going for carriers because his opponent has 24 tanks and 38 marines. It's not a particularly sophisticated army. It's just like, I'm gonna build a lot of things that say boom. And that basically means that any ground army Aluton tries to create is not gonna get in there. But carriers, that's gonna be a massive issue.
Yeah, but I like also that he has this floating command center above his army, so the interceptors from the carrier will attack the command center first. In theory.
Yeah, it's good. We'll see here now. There's gonna be a push up top left. We also have some oh, he's got all the probes there. He's gonna possibly get some units down here. Gonna be pulling back at the same time. Terran loses a base, and he's now pulling everything. Like, he's making 7 marines at a time. Like, how many gateways does Protoss have? I mean Stargates. He's got 3. So he's making 7 marines at a time, whereas Protoss can make 3 carriers at a time. So yeah. This is brutal. Really good job here, but he's losing so much of his gateway army. He could have done that really a lot more slowly, but it doesn't seem like it matters because right now there's 6 carriers with a lot of reinforcements. Terran is far from broke. Why is he only making this little when he does have a lot of minerals? Maybe he should have had a few more barracks, but this is looking like the death blow after a back and forward game. Holy hell.
Yeah, this is well, I think that this is it.
Yeah. Pretty much. It's just like you.
That one Tor will not be able to save the day.
Well, there's 3 of them here now, but the problem here is that no matter how much damage that Terran manages to do or how long they keep holding on, the problem is that they don't have resources. And but I am so impressed. I am so incredibly impressed with Wooded and how he's just constantly harassing, buying himself time. Like, he was in a horrible position and he bought himself almost a way back into the game. He just wasn't ready for the character transition. It's pretty damn insane if you ask me.
Right, if it was prepared for it, it would be a bit different, I think.
Yeah. No, that would have been a completely different game. But the thing is that, like, his strength was that there was no way a ground army could attack him. He basically just gambled on that. But he made the Thor transition too late. That became a huge problem for him. So, we'll see here.
It's not, yeah.
It is 78 supply versus 190. This is just not going to work. Massive battle going on. Can these Thor do anything? They are picked off far too easily. GG! A Luton is going to be taking a 2-1 victory going into the grand finals. What an insane game, Sjugur.
That was a nice game.
Yeah, that was really, really good. Like, there's so many small things going on here that are difficult to identify. It's just like, yeah, I feel like Luton really struggled to finish out the game, but he did the right choice in expanding so much that he just basically had an economy to do whatever he needed, that he could actually throw units away and do well. So let's see here. Just gonna do yeah. So there's just, I don't know how to sum that game up, because like I feel like Wooded Micro just like kind of gambled everything on building tanks, and that actually put him back into the game, but he never had an army with the mobility that meant that he could take more bases. If he had gotten more bases, then that would have been that would have worked out. So yeah. Okay, looks like it's grand finals time. Let's take a look at the brackets. So we have Mixu beat the French Donut. We don't know if he's French. It's just, he's writing his name strangely. But yeah, so it's going to be Mixu versus Aluton. It's going to be good.
Yeah, I think so. We're all partied up and everything. Whoop whoop.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. So yeah, we're going to have a quick be right back from Mixu. I'm just going to get myself, this is going to be a best of 5, folks. I'm going to get myself something to drink. So we'll be right back. Yes, we are live again. So the players are currently doing their vetoes. So we're going to be going into games shortly. Looks like we're going to be having map 1 Eternal, number 2 World of Sleepers, number 3 Triton, then Ephemeron, and then Nightshade. If we go to 5 games, that is. But yeah.
Yeah.
We're being invited to the first one. So we're getting ready. We're waiting for one, perhaps. Yeah. So it's gonna be good. But yeah, I'm excited. I think this is gonna be a Grandmaster versus Grandmaster, and it's gonna be Zerg versus Terran. No, Protoss. Or no, Mixer is actually Terran, but it said on his profile that he was really good Zerg as well. No, he is playing Zerg. Ah, there we go.
He was told, but race!
And the game is starting. We're counting down. So we're going to have our first Zerg match, and now I know what I'm talking about. It's going to be beautiful.
Yeah, so I can just get out of the conversation and go back to bed.
I'll try to give you some room to talk. So yeah. We're loading up into the game. Take it away,
Yep.
Sjugur.
Our new friend Mixu is starting as the blue Zerg in the lower left corner, whereas in the upper right corner we have Aluton in the red emo Protoss.
It is
Yes?
true.
Was it correct?
It is true.
Good
Yeah,
enough.
you actually
You
managed. Yeah, you got the
you-
50% right both times.
Yeah. So I'm back on the Christmas card list.
Yes.
The lift made of Christmas cards. Yes.
Were you drinking at the concert last night? Was it-
Never. After the concert.
Oh, okay.
It was on Rockefeller, so paying for Ringnes is like, no, thank you.
Yeah, that's like 90 kroners or something, isn't it?
97.
Jesus fucking Christ, it's completely
For
insane.
Pissmasser.
Uh-huh.
You can have, I think
Well-
it's like a Brooklyn East Indian IPA or something for like 127.
Like, the prices are so fucking insane, it's unbelievable. And it's just like, if you buy that stuff in the store, it's like 30 kroners or 40. So, yeah. It's insane. Anyways, we got ourselves a game going on. Gonna be Zing Zerg versus Protoss. We're having a very standard opening here from our Zerg. Opting for a little bit of a later third. We'll see what he does. Like, there's some players who decide to go for the third before they get all their queens. And some like to spam their queens a little bit earlier because they actually get a lot of defense from it.
Yeah,
So-
spam that queen.
Yeah, but queens are so freaking good. They can defend you against oracles. They can defend you against even battle cruisers when you're playing against Terran. So yeah, it's good. Here we go.
About the circling speed, up and coming.
Yeah, you need to have that because if like your opponent comes in with adepts, you're gonna be destroyed if you don't eventually get Zergling speed. Like, you can deal with the adepts in beginning with Queen and 4 Zerglings, which we are going to be seeing, but yeah, any more than
But
that is
this
gonna be an
is
issue.
some weird skin with the Zergs as well. They look like some kind of bioengineered craziness.
We have the adept coming in here. Let's see here. So, not going to be doing anything. He's just scouting right now. Third base is on the way. Like, Stargate for Protoss, it's just like, I think they always open Stargate. It just seems like the thing to do in this matchup. Which is kind of boring because it would be nice to see if there's there were different things that you really could do, but it just seems like this is like the standard that everyone does right now. My favorite upgrade of the game, the Overlord Speed, has been researched by Mixu, so I love it. I need to remove those voice commands things. It's a bit
Voice command things.
Yeah, when I'm taking like Mixu's personal perspective and he gets attacked, then I hear some voices going like, "Oh, you're being attacked," and it's just it's a bit distracting when you're trying to actually try to have a conversation with people.
Yeah. Conversing is weird when there's like sounds going around. It's better to just talk.
Yes, sure. we got some oracles going on. Gonna be having some probably 2 phoenixes as well, because then you can start lifting queens. But I like it. Mixu's going for the full defense here, having a spore in every base, not just the outer ones. And he's also got queens ready, and he's just spamming drones. And that's the thing, right? Because like this is the pact you make. It's just like, yes, I'm going to be killing at least 2 drones with my oracle. There's nothing you can really do to prevent that unless I mess up. And at the same time, it's just gonna, you can't attack me. I'm not going to be attacking you. I'm just going to be harassing. So the pact is that Zerg just basically makes a shitload of drones. This is interesting though. This denies a lot of mining time. Or potentially could if you fuck it up. So, yeah, no, so basically it's Zerg's just gonna be making drones. And queens, of course. Because queens don't use the larva, so you can optimize the amount of drones you create. Unless you're supply blocked, of course.
So the phoenixes are just like running about and being a nuisance,
Yeah,
killing off overlords and stuff.
but they're starting to get some drones, and this is big. This is very nice to get 4 drones at this point. So we have 57 workers to 51. And Zerg really needs to be considering taking a 3rd base right about now. Or, I mean, a 4th base. We have a little run-by, killing 4 probes. But yeah, Zerg needs a better economy. And we see now the tech he's choosing. He's going for the Hydralisk Den. Probably going to be getting some Banelings pretty soon as well. I would assume. Right? Isn't that what you do? You go for Hydra, Ling, Bane.
Well, you're the Zerg player.
No, but I'm figure it's a nice way of saying that that's what I think he's doing.
Oh, you were asking me. What is it you do?
But yeah, we do see some transfuses going down, so this is nice, but he's already lost quite a bit. But yeah, these phoenixes are doing a fantastic job cleaning everything up, and it's so unusual to see someone go beyond maybe like 3 phoenixes.
Yeah, but like it is very efficient in dealing with the queens, it seems.
And he's going for the full. Air army thing type. He's even going for the upgrades. This is good. Now this is going to be difficult. Needs to get some hydros out.
Why stop? That's the reason, I think.
Yeah. This is making more spore crawlers. Having some Zerglings trying to create a little bit of havoc, but that's not really going to be happening. 4th base is up and running, but Protoss is also taking his 4th, and it's just like, I feel like you gotta be ahead. I feel like Aluten has the advantage in this game. We'll see though, because it all depends on the army composition when they actually fight, if they create the proper army. But now we're seeing the Gateway bloom, we're seeing Colossi is on the way, Charge is on the way. So this is big. What's your response to Colossi then? He's making infestation pit. The question is he going for hive and lurkers, or what's his? Here comes the baneling nest. So yeah, eventually we were going to see banelings.
Is that all the drones? Splat, splat, splat.
Yeah. But he's getting 6 drones when Zerg is this defended is actually really, really good. So he's doing a fantastic job with all of this harassment. It's gonna be frustrating for the Zerg. There's no doubt about it. Pulling their attention every which way, making them think less about how they're actually gonna win the game and more about how to defend.
Yeah, but I thought the purpose for Zerg was to be the harasser, not the harassed.
Well, not really. In this matchup, it's kind of different because they just turtle until they reach a point where they have the economy they want, and then they just make units for the big part of the game. So, because there's nothing really you can do in the beginning. But this is dangerous! Oh, there are very metal-looking colossi.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Zerg? And he's not prepared for this at all. This is a major disaster. He's making 28 lings right now. He doesn't even have banelings. And he's losing all of the hydras. Alright, I think, yeah. I think he might be able to defend, though, with all the transfuses and whatnot, because there's not a lot of meat to buffer for the Colossi. There's some units.
What is the plug?
Yeah, that's gonna solve itself really fast. There we go. Queen transfuses not strong enough. He's not able to get to the Colossi at all. The Phoenixes have done such a tremendous job during this entire game. Wow.
Alutron. All looten. All about the loot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but that was a strange game. He decided to go for, I feel like Mixu, he was prepared to go for Muta. No, I mean Hydra Ling Bane, but he wasn't prepared with the Banes. He overextended tremendously with his Hydralisks. So I'm gonna let's say that this is a brain fart. Oh, we got it in the wrong game, so we have to leave this one.
And you must remember to update the score stuff as well.
Yep. I will try to do so. So you need to leave the lobby, sure.
Hmm?
You need to leave the lobby. There we go. So no, but that was a strange game. I feel like Mixu, he was going for this composition, but he wasn't prepared with the composition. He overextended, and then so I'm trying to figure out like what was going through his head, and I'm basically thinking that he's probably stressed out or something like that. That's why he's making those mistakes. Should you need to accept the party invite or the map invite?
Where do I find it?
Supposed to be. Yeah, he's redoing the invite. There we go. Did you get it now?
Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah. But I'm trying to think, what would you build against something like that? And I think you just need corruptors. If you don't have corruptors against this, you're just gonna get smashed. And I think you need to, like, let's say you have lings and banelings and you do run-bys. So whenever the Protoss army moves out, you go in and hit his bases, forcing him to come back all the time. Meanwhile, you're building up to, like, you're taking extra expansions, trying to stay one base ahead of Protoss, at least until you get 70 drones or 80 drones. And then you just mass corruptors and prepare transition into broodlords. I think that's a good way to do it. Like, I think the Hydraling Bane can work if you manage to... You gotta get, like, the correct engagement, so... Yeah. We got the next game up, and take it away, shoot.
Well, we start with Mixu and blue, lower left corner, whereas upper right corner we have Aluton. And the Protoss did a nice job last time. So let's see if Mixu will be able to steal a match and bring it up to equal footing, so to say.
Yep. We'll see. That was just the first game, so now they've gotten to know each other a little bit better. I don't know if they've played each other before. I don't know how familiar these Nordic players are with players from the other countries, but it's not that big of a community, so I wouldn't think that it's unlikely that they've met. So. How's it going, Shoot?
What?
How's it going?
I'm just like zoning out a bit.
Yeah, I noticed. So, I think.
Well, I gave you a warning. I'm not like on top of myself.
It's fine. Shoot. So, but I'm hoping to see some Roach Ravager play. I think Roach Ravager is so strong. Is one of my Roach Ravager composition is just so. It makes it so easy to defend or attack or harass. Like it's versatile, and versatility is not something that Zerg has been known for. So the Roach Ravager is actually one of the best compositions for the early game, if you ask me. But I see a lot of players like to go for Ling Hydra. I see a lot of players are using Ultralisks instead of Broodlords, and I'm kind of confused because like everything that I feel about Zerg is like I don't play with Mutas either. Like I find them to be absolutely trash in this current meta. So I just feel like everything I feel is good about Zerg is not what I'm seeing at the higher levels nationally.
So probably what you think is good is not so good.
Well, I find that if you're really good at Swarmhost plays, Swarmhost Nidus is immensely powerful, and it absolutely destroys Protoss if they're not able to put pressure on. It's just like, as soon as it happens, if they're not able to put pressure on, they just lost the game. It's just like, yeah. We've seen it in WCS and GSL.
But I would say it's like it feels like CVT is like back to the slow openings that were before the Protoss DLC.
Yeah.
If you understand that.
Yeah. Prior to the latest expansion, where you suddenly changed the amount of workers you started with and everything like that, then everything was really slow for.
But it feels like it's slow before like the action starts, because they're just like spreading out, building up. Whereas TVT and PVT and PvP is like much more like outprowing each other a bit more aggressively and stuff like that.
Yeah. Ooh, double Stargate opening here from Aluton, by the way. Yeah, but I completely agree with you, Shoot. Like this matchup is very much about like securing the economy you want and then going for the compositions that you want. Oh, this is very nice.
Oh, nice.
Fast third here by a Luton. The question is though, is Zerg going to be able to put some pressure onto this? He's making more Zerglings, but he's only making 8 so far and drones, so I think those are just defensive. But yeah. No, but the thing is that when it comes to cheese and stuff, yes, you can always catch a player unawares, but the better the player are, the less chance that cheese is successful to happen. The less chance it is that it's successful, because if you do like a middle of the road kind of cheese against a really good player, then most likely it's going to fail. So you have to all in. And then it depends on, are you comfortable being that kind of player that alls in off cheese?
Yeah.
So yeah. Very nice Phoenix harassment in the opening. We're seeing air upgrades once again. And I think that, like, when you see a strong opening like this, if you manage to get a scout off, does he even know that it's double Stargate? I don't.
Forces
I haven't
under
counted
attack.
the rate at which the Phoenixes came out, so you might be able to tell in regards to how many Phoenixes have been produced. But he should be taking another base really quickly because, yeah, and we have that 4th base coming on.
Yeah.
So that's a big distinction from the previous game. Previous game he was really late with his 4th, and I feel like a Luton was actually taking his bases a smidge quicker. So good choice here by Mixu, speeding that up. We have Zealot legs coming this time, so I think we're going to be mixing it up. I think he's going to be putting on a bit more aggression with that. We also have Templar Archives, so instead of Colossi we're going into Archon with Zealots. A lot of Zerglings flooding out onto the map right now. We do have a lot of tech going on for the Zerg as well. We'll see how the Protoss defends against this. He does have a shield battery, so that's going to help a little bit. Oh, and he's trying to take a 4th, but that Zergling's going to stop that from happening. So it's really hard to do any real damage to a 3-base Protoss, because it's fairly easy to defend, especially when you have shield batteries. But being out there, being a presence on the map, kind of dictates the pace of things. And this sucks. So many drones, 9 drones destroyed, and we have a total of 11 Phoenixes out on the map. Only 26 Zerglings, so there's really nothing against this air army right now, and he's going to be fighting Zealot charge lots.
Oh, and we have a War Prism on the way.
Yeah, I meant Archon. But War Prism's going to be very, very nice. He's coming in here with some Zealots. Storm is about to finish as well. Baneling speed on the way. But what's the tech choice, right? We see the Spire going on right now. We have a Roach Warren. So there's a potential for at least creating some beefy Roaches, some Ravagers. I don't know. Very good harass here by the Zerg. We're seeing 17 Roaches being produced, so he's going to be spamming those out. He's up to 80 workers, so he's in a very comfortable economic place. There's not going to be any room for the Protoss to attack anytime soon. I think he's a bit late on the upgrades, because I feel like the yeah, we already have some upgrades for the Zerg. So that's something going for the Zerg, which is very, very nice.
Yeah.
And you can tell by the efficiency of these Zerglings.
It's nice of them to like kill stuff before they fully warp in and stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, we got a shitload of roaches. Now we're starting to see some corruptors. I'm starting to like Mixu where he's headed. He's also making a second spire, which means that a broodlord transition is most likely going to be what is going to be happening for him. He wants to get those double upgrades going. The problem is he needs to get those. Oh, we also have Fleet Beacon and 2 more Stargates. So we're going to be seeing some real air battles. Fortunately, I think that Mixer is going to be in a real good position for that. The thing is that
But
if...
corruptors out there.
Hmm?
Yeah, he has 14 corruptors.
Yeah.
And versus 17 inches.
Mayday! Oh, but he's going in. He's coming in here. Some of those storms were already... Oh, this is bad. He's going to be losing corruptors over this. But yeah, it's not... There's not enough ground army for the Protoss to do anything right now. So he's invested quite heavily in this air army. And considering that he just built 2 more Stargates, we'll see how this turns out. Right now he's just building a lot of static defense, not building any zealots or anything like that. So I'm kind of curious. It feels like Protoss is kind of waiting to see exactly what kind of composition he wants to make. He's got a shitload of immortals though. So that's going to be very good against the roaches. Just very nice observing that. But as the roaches transition out of this... Ooh, this is very nice, taking these Archons down. That's massive, that's half of the Archons. Well, as...
But like neither side is like truly committing to a clash right now.
Yeah, that's because like Protoss knows that if he commits into an engagement like that, it's not going to work. And if the Zerg engages, the Protoss is just going to be kiting and laying down storms, so you're just going to be losing lots of units anyways to that. So basically both players have just like, it's a mutual agreement that we can't do damage to each other, or at least more than poking. So see how this works out. But this is very nice. Protoss is positioning himself very, very good. Here comes the Broodlords, though. And this is going to be... Oh, but, gotta protect these Corruptors. Come on, Broodlords. Yeah. They're starting to rain down the Havoc. And this is where you're going to stop making Immortals and focus more. We're seeing now that he's making 4 Tempests behind us, getting additional air upgrades. Very good transition here from a Luton. He's got a lot of money, doesn't have a lot of gas though, so that's going to be an issue for him. But we're seeing some really, really high level decision making here in regards to what units do I transition to in order to counter my opponent and vice versa. And it's just, yeah, I love it. This is so awesome to see.
It looks like the Zerg is slowly gearing up to take the battle to the front line of Protoss.
Yeah, at this point, there's not that much that Protoss can do. They do have 3 Tempests. Yeah, it seems like 4 Tempest one-shots Broodlords.
Yeah.
Or close to it, which is big. Zerg decides to engage fully, which I really understand. Tempest going down. This is turning out to be incredibly scrappy stuff. We have 70 army supply versus 63. Zealots taking down the 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 base of Zerg. But yeah, like, you gotta keep in mind that a lot of these bases are getting mined out. Like, the bases is... You really should move some of these drones. Seems like Discord is having a bad day. Just checking here. No, it's not my connection or anything like that. It just seems like Sjugur just completely died here. We'll see how this works out. Hopefully, it won't be that much of a problem. Yeah. So, but yeah. Looking at this game right now, losing all those Broodlords, that was a huge issue. So there was a very good Tempest transition. As a Zerg right now, you want to be considering swarming your opponent, I would think. Yeah. Okay, so here we go. Sjugur has left the game, so I'll have to keep going. We'll hopefully get him into the next game unless something has happened with his computer. There, Sjugur. Hello? Are you back?
Hello. I just had a blue screen of death, so...
Ouch.
So, but like, I think I have to throw in the towel anyways, because so, like, I'm not following anything on the screen now.
I see.
Before it happened as well.
Yeah.
So, sorry to leave you hanging in the last games, but...
No, but it's fine. I'll keep going. It'll be fine.
Have fun.
Thank you. Alright. So I'm gonna have to solo it, guys. I'm gonna man up. Anyways, we'll see here that this is very nice by the Zerg. Splitting up some forces, using these roaches, which are basically a bit of an obsolete unit in many ways. You don't want to have an army. Oh, can he manages to take off these Tempests? That would be massive. But yeah, basically, in your final army, you don't really want roaches. So you're going to build some roaches and you're going to expand them, trying to harass his bases. I would love to see some infestors, and he's going to have to focus a lot more on corruptors. Right now, he's got 13 corruptors. There's only 3 Tempests, so there's not that much. Like, there's not much of anything, though. Protoss has a very meager army. I think that Zerg, you just fight. You can destroy this. And I think Mixer has it now. This is a so much better composition than Protoss has. Wow, this has been so back and forth, and the transitions have been crazy. Losing all those Broodlords, but still Protoss not being able to put any real pressure on Mixu just meant that Mixu came back with a vengeance with this massive economy. But it's not over yet. We do have some Zealot run-bys, but some roaches are going to be intercepting them, so it's not going to be that much of an issue. Broodlords are playing very bravely here. No more... Oh, we actually have 2 carriers produced. Is he producing any more? No. Aluton, 140 supply, but not doesn't have that much money. If we look at his bases, it's starting to get low. This is fine. And this is also fine. So he's got 3 mining bases for, yeah, say 3.5, something like that. So, very good harassment here with the Zealots. These are so annoying when they get up to the point where they have a lot of upgrades. We still see that Aluton, he's got, he's focusing mainly on air upgrades. And that's not going to work out well against a Zerg who's now maxing out on both of those upgrades eventually. Oh yeah. It really doesn't have much. Losing this base is actually a massive blow, considering he's now down to like 2 mining bases. He does have a north base that he's just taken. That's going to be helpful. We have some idle drones as well. These are things that happen when you're just this stressed out and it's this big of a game. So we'll see here. We have some corruptors, but there's no more than 9, and that's really not that much. But you're not going to be getting underneath these Broodlords anytime soon. We'll see how this works out. Storm's raining down Blink Stalkers. This is actually pretty huge. He's got to make sure that he doesn't lose his Corruptors, or the Broodlords are easy pickings. Yeah. 6 more Corruptors. We have a continuation of upgrades. The northern base has been discovered, so Zergling's going to be creating a bit of havoc over here. A massive battle in the middle here. Fungals hitting just about everything. And if you can get that carrier. Oh, the High Templars, that's a massive grab right there. Protoss realizing that he is in massive amounts of trouble, and he just keeps on running. I think Zerg has it right now. It's 200 supplies against 110, and it really looks like Mixer is going to equal out this series to a 1-1. Spectacular plays here by both players. I'm really impressed about the high level of skill, the tech transitions, everything. It's such a treat to cast games like this. The Protoss has nothing in production, and Zerg's just massing up with more Broodlords, more of everything. There we go, that's Discord telling me I should have hung up the phone. Well. We have Protoss just... I don't know why it's not really GGing. I don't see how he can really come back from this. There's even roach production in order to stop these this highly mobile army. While the Broodlords are just like moving through the entire base of Protoss. So, yeah. We have some Infestors going to be joining in to root everything down, making it easier to engage. So yeah, Mixer's going to be feeling pretty good about that, considering the first game kind of seemed like a fluke mistake in army compositions, right? He just wasn't prepared for the heavy air presence into Colossi, and he wasn't prepared with his Lingbane Hydra. So, and this game, he's just kicking ass and taking names, and I love it when we see things going back and forth like this. I think Zerg is basically just moving things now. Not really paying that much attention to things. So yeah. There we have it. GG! There we go. Alright. So, Sjugur has been replaced by my cat. Lucky him. Yeah. Cool games. Next game is going to be on Triton. This is going speedily as hell. They've already decided on all the maps. We're just speeding right through it. We'll see now. It's 1-1, and it's the first one to get 3 wins. We're waiting for Aluton right now. But yeah, what do you think of these finals so far? Because I think they're pretty cool. Like, they're very stale in the beginning. Like, they're teching up, spending a lot of time trying to get the compositions they want. They have like this agreed upon ritual of Zerg droning while Protoss is harassing with air units, and it's just like this is the normal dance that we do, and then we transition into the armies that we want and whatnot, and things start to get interesting. But that's just the way the matchup goes. It's kind of always been like that, to be honest. There's been like I know Eike from Norway, he's fond of going for Immortal Sentry pushes, and those are really fun because he executes them very well. So it's always fun to watch when people struggle against that. Yeah. No, it's if I was Aluton, I think I would like he he went for Archon Zealotech. That was the first thing he built, but he never really went into Archon Zealots. He built Storm. He built Storm, and then he built some. What was it? Storm and air units. It was just like he went for tech that he never used, and you might say that, well, that's because he scouted this or that and decided to do differently. But at the same time, when that happens, it means that you're pushing anything you can do against your opponent like 3 minutes down in time, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, right? So and that's a massive issue. So I hope we get to see a bit of a more like that. The decision making of Aluton is more in line with what is going to be working for him. But yeah, Mixu, I feel like he did a great job. I don't feel like there's much to. I feel like he transitioned very well. Like everything had a nice flow to it. I feel like everything's kind of good. So yeah, we have a. Wait, and I do believe we have. Am I correct? It's 2-1, right? My brain is starting to melt. Correct me if I'm wrong. Or is it 1-1? No, it's 1-1. Okay. Anyways, top left corner we have Mixu from Kova. In the bottom right, we have Aluton as the Protoss, starting with a gateway opening. We'll have to wait and see. Like, at some point when players are facing each other in macro games and one feels like the other one is superior, then we start seeing more aggressive plays. We start seeing more cheese. So maybe that's something that we can end up seeing, but most likely I think we're going to end up seeing... Oh, this is gonna be some cheese. I like it. We'll see how this executes. So we got ourselves a cannon rush on the way. Is this gonna be scouted? It doesn't have, like, you should have your second overlord over this position to avoid stuff like that. You can also send it out to the right in order to, like, you do a bit of a roundabout way in order to get down to your opponent. And that way you can scout proxies a little bit easier. So here we go. The pylon is up. Forge is ready. He's just stocking up on minerals. And here comes the Overlord. So we'll see here. Now Zerglings are out. He's making the first photogun. You can't lose that drone. Okay. Is he gonna manage to wall off properly? Ah, he loses the probe. That is not good. I feel like he could have executed this a little bit differently. He's got another probe coming in. That is very good. Creating another photon cannon. And I think, like, if you put a gateway here or something, then you could have, like, there's some SimCity options here that could have been a lot better, I think. We've got a spine crawler coming in from the top here. Protoss doesn't have any high ground vision, so this is going to be cleaned up fairly easily. On the other side here, we see that the cybernetics core is completed. No base has been started yet. Is a bit low on minerals for that. There goes the first cannon. And he's going to need another pylon in order to... Is he going to be killing that base? I think it's on last moment effort. He's going to just kill off the pylon before the base dies. Use Zerglings, maybe some... Oh, he's even target firing. He wants that with a vengeance. Target fire that! Oh my god, come on! Yeah, he's going to get it. He's going to get it. Yeah. Very good defense here by Mixu. He's doing all the right things. He's not over committing. He didn't make like 20 Zerglings and no drones, right? He's got a good drone count. Now we see the Oracle coming in. The question is, will he be ready for that? He's got 3 queens. I think it will work. But there's like, Mixu knows that there's no Nexus. Now he knows there's a Stargate.
They're attacking your base, you know.
I guess they are. I need to turn that off for the 35th time today. But yeah. So this is, I think this was a bit lackluster performance here from Allerton, but a lot of these really strong macro players aren't really that good at cheese, because like they know they're strong macros, so they can just play those games and win, and maybe that's the playstyle they prefer, so they don't practice cheese a lot. But anyways, this was, like I said, if he did the sim sitter properly, if he didn't lose the probe, got some high ground vision as well, then that would have been massive. Like, it guaranteed, like, he would have lost that base. So, we'll see how this turns out. We do have oracles, 2 of them out right now, so they're going to be doing a lot of damage. 3rd base complete for Mixu. Zerglings are out and about. He's going to have to defend against those. He's got a couple of adepts and a shield battery. It's fine. Queens running about. Yeah, he is going to be getting some kills with that. We do have another Oracle over here, not really doing that much. He basically knows that he can't do anything in the middle base because there were 3 queens there. Yeah. He's losing a lot, not really doing much. So this is going to be frustrating when you're playing as Protoss, because like, what do you do at this point? You're so far behind in everything. Zerg is up 15 workers. That's 50% of the workers that Protoss has. So I think he's basically... I think we're going to see maybe Gateway Bloom and Zealot Charge and just all in or something. I don't know. Hydralisk's on the way, and this is perfect. Like, Mixu... Yeah, there were some wrenches thrown in, so he had to make some spine crawlers and stuff, but in the end, he's not really made that much of a difference to his build. So right now, he's just gonna go for the build that he seems to prefer, which is Hydralink Bane, and he's gonna be miles ahead of Protoss. Protoss not gonna be dealing with this. And here comes the Gateway Bloom, so he needs to start producing Hydras fairly quickly here. Yeah, and he does. He's not greeting, which is very nice to see. He's actually, I think he's just gonna go for the kill right now. Did he set his rally point? Where is it? Okay, so yeah, he's actually just rallying for an attack. This is gonna be great. Here comes the oracles then. Yeah, there is a spore crawler underneath there, so that's gonna be nice. Not gonna be able to do much at all. The revelation on these guys is actually quite important, because as they rally together with other units, it's gonna give Elliot some vision on that. Delays an attack timing possibly. Oh! Ripped Phoenix. That's the only one he had as well. Well. Now you can see that these units are on their way. We got some Zealots warped in. We got a Warp Prism. Oh, and he's... Ah, jeez, these Oracles. Oh, and he actually thinks that he can do... Like, this is starting to get dangerous. Get back. Very good decision making. So he's just going to retreat for a bit. He's realized, okay, my opponent is just going for a crazy all-in. Going for that 4th base at this moment, I kind of disagree with. But, because I feel like you should identify that your opponent is kind of all-in, so you should just focus on defense and then go break your opponent after you successfully hold. But this looks super, super strong. Mixu showing that he's the boss in this game. I kind of doubted that for a second, but then I realized all the Zealots were dying, so I was just like, yes, thank God I was right. Very good job there by Mixu. Spectacular performance. And that brings him to a 2-1 lead, meaning that he just needs 1 more win, whereas Allerton needs 2 more wins. So yeah. Ooh, man. I like these games. They are exciting. And yeah, so looking at the state of things right now, Allerton lost in a macro game. Like, he won the first game off a fluke army composition. Like, he played very well. Like, he really found the soft spot on Mixu and just like hammered that. Took game one, no doubt about it. But then Mixu wisened up, managed to play a good macro game, and now we have the third game where Mixu and Aluton then where Aluton felt kind of pressured into going for cheese. So I'm kind of curious. Maybe Aluton decides to go for some Immortal Sentry. I think that could be kind of cool to see. I'm not... Guys, let me know in chat. What do you think about going Hydra Ling against Immortal Sentry? Is it any good? I feel like it's too late. Like, if you execute a good Immortal Sentry push, then you're basically going to hit a timing way before Hydras are out in numbers. So you basically need Roaches, Roach Ravager, and possibly Lings. So yeah. Anyways, let's do the introductions. In the bottom right, we do have Mixu. Top left, we have Aluton. Very good stuff. So the question is, are we going to be seeing any cheese? Now, there's also the chance that Mixu throws in some cheese here, but it doesn't look like it. So far, I'm just going to go expanding. He's not going to do any drone scouts either. We have a probe scout coming in. We have a gas coming. So yeah. Probably going to see more Stargate stuff. But yeah. I'm going to just quickly change something here. I have my... it was controls, isn't it? Am I just having a complete fucking brain fart? Where is it? It's supposed to be... Where's the... There! Mouse and keyboard, thank you very much. Jesus, I want the edge scroll turned off, and that's... mouse scroll. Thank you. Yeah, because that's been bugging me the whole game through. I use my middle mouse button to try to give things some bit more smooth feeling in regards to the entire thing. So when I edge scroll, and suddenly everything speeds up and becomes jerky. Hopefully this is better for you guys. So now, standard openings. Nothing exciting going on just yet. Double gas for the Protoss. Bring on that Stargate. Yep. 4 Zerglings on the way. 2 Queens. When does it take the third base though? He's gonna take it right now. And but yeah, you don't really have a choice other than going for the Stargate play, right? Except if you're going for the Century Immortal all-in. But there's just like... it's about one person I know who plays like that. That's Ike. So yeah, I'm kind of hoping to see some cool stuff here. We can also see adept pushes early with glaives. That is also something that occasionally we see. He's making a second adept. That's pretty normal. Here comes the zealot. Gateway coming down, as well as a Stargate and more gateways. There's a possibility of adepts, right? When you're putting down extra gateways at this point. Oh, but we have Mixu. He's going to be mixing things up. Woohoo! And he's stocking up some Zerglings in secret. Now, if you're really, really on top of your stuff, then you will know like an approximate of when you reach a Zerg's base, you can see that, well, you're supposed to have this many workers at this time. So you can actually scout all these Zerglings without actually seeing them. But there was no scouting in progress for a Luton, and now he sees a few Zerglings and he's scouting for more. He sees the Overlord. Does he know where the rest are? Okay, Okay, so this is like two adepts out on the field, so you can trap those. Okay. When does Mixu pull the trigger? That's the question, right? What's he waiting for? Is he looking for like the extra unit? So, oh, maybe he can get a cancel on the third base. Here comes the Oracle. Is he gonna see? Yeah, Oracle sees it, and that's when he goes. And there's a Ravager, so he's gonna be able to nuke that Zealot fairly easily, along with the roaches. This is so hard for the Protoss. He has to defend, and this is actually, if I manage to put the score screen up properly, it is a 2-1 to Mixu. He just needs one more fight, one more win in order to take this Grand Finals. And oh, the cybernetics core is going to go down. The probes are trying to buffer, but there's a lot of damage being done right now. The Zerg does seem to be cleaned up, but it is now 33 workers to 48. Protoss has to do some immediate damage before, if they're to have any chance. And behind this, we're seeing that the Zerg has been droning. So he's in a spectacular position. He is up by a base. Protoss just lost tremendous amounts. Has to restart the cybernetics core. He's got double Stargate, so he's just going to be making Phoenixes, and he's got one right now. This is going to be 3 in a bit. 2 Oracles out as well, so that's, of course, very, very significant. No Queens here, so they're going to be getting maybe 3 or 4 kills. 3 or 4... Hello! I guess not. Didn't have enough energy, perhaps. Sorry, I'm not skilled enough in Protoss to know exactly how much energy they need. Yeah, good cleanup here. Protoss is pretty far away from having any money to expand, especially since they have to create more defensive units in order to hold the base in the first place. So, but a shield battery after you put up the base is going to do quite a lot. Nice Sim City there, putting Stalker between those 2 pylons, minimizing surface area. Ooh, more harassment, but yeah, doesn't seem like he isn't able to multitask both of these units at the same time. But he's doing a great job picking off at least 1 queen. Will he get another one? But there are so many queens already. There are 5 queens on the map with 3 more in production. It's going to be really hard for any kind of air army for Protoss to be able to do much against this. He's going to be able to pick off some queens, but the economy of Zerg is going to be spectacular. And he's already up... he's going to be up 15 to 20 workers pretty soon. You don't want to be Protoss in that situation. Very, I'd say a strong lead for Mixu right now. Now the question is, what compositions are we going for? Shield battery, we got +1 air attack. He really likes going for that, and considering the amount he always puts into air units, I think that's a good idea. We have Roach Warren, Hydra Den, Baneling Nest, another Roach Warren. So yeah, Mixer's a bit stressed out as well. He's making the occasional blunder. Another base has been established, so he's keeping up in bases. Very good. There we go. Hydralisk upgrades. Baneling Nests. Oh, but there's starting to be a critical mass of Phoenixes. There's 11. And 11 of them is a big deal. He made another Spore Crawler, so... yeah, you can basically put down some extra Spore Crawlers. But he's got 5 queens. It's not going to be a problem for his production. So that doesn't matter. He's just losing like 450 minerals or something like that when those Phoenixes attack. Of course, there's the matter of the defensive element, but he also has some roaches and stuff. So it's good damage to do. You always want to be active with your units, but this is not crucial damage for the Zerg. Unless they start losing like especially Hydralisks. You need that critical amount of Hydralisks. Mixu getting ready to attack with some Zerglings. The question is he planning something else alongside it? Doesn't look like it. Probably I don't think you're going to be doing much with this. So what I would do, I would spread out these links a little bit and make sure you have scouting in case Protoss decides to push out. Because like a 3-base Protoss is you're not going to be able to do anything against that. Lots of spore crawlers all over the map is great for Mixu. Yeah. Here comes the Lings. They're just poking in. They're seeing like there's a gateway bloom going on. We have Storm going to be, or high tempo archives at least. Some Zerglings he's target firing. 6? 7? Okay. So here's the ridiculous part about that. This little bunch of Zerglings, which is like, what, 400, 500 minerals? They killed 8 workers. Whereas this massive army has only been killing queens. So, goes to show that there is most definitely a point where the Protoss air army just ceases to be very effective. Now it gives you a lot of map control, buys you a ton of time in terms of when the Zerg can move out with any force that is actually dangerous, but yeah, it is difficult. Yeah. Alrighty. So what are we seeing here? Storm on the way. Hey. Hello, Baneling Nests. Always seems to be like the last thing that Mixu adds, whereas it's one of the cheapest buildings to actually get. Like, aside from Roachworn and Zergling Pit. So. But yeah, he keeps doing harassment, getting that extra base. That's a big deal. He gets a really nice scout off what his opponent is going for. So this is actually a really strong composition that Aluton is coming with. But look at this. This is so many Hydralisks. Oh, he's going straight away. He's not even waiting for the Banelings. But little does he know that he's going to be trapped. And this might actually be really dangerous. He's not going to have any kiting possibilities versus a Storm. But having high ground advantage, we've all seen Star Wars. We know how that works out. Massive storms going down, but is he able to hit them? Doesn't look like it. This looks like Mixu is going to take the grand finals, unless I am mistaken. He destroys the entire Protoss army, and here comes 4 Banelings. Welcome to the game, boys. And they killed a couple of probes. Or 1. So yeah. Mixu, 132 supply versus 115. So Protoss isn't out yet, but it's just like, it is so difficult for him to get any kind of foothold. He's starting to be mined out of his first 2 bases. And he desperately needs this base. Zerg, on the other hand, has a free range of the map, taking extra bases. So yeah. There you go. The guys are getting away. More Hydralisks are out. I would love to see Mixu transition right now. Swarm Host would be absolutely spectacular. There's really nothing that Protoss could do against it. Nidus Swarm Host right now would absolutely destroy the Protoss, because Nidus Swarm Host, the way to counter it is you have to attack, you have to put pressure on, so they can't just like so. Ooh, big fight here. He's losing a lot, and this is a comeback for Protoss. This is massive. Army supply right now is actually in favor of Aluton, barely. You know how Zerg can just like hold down the R key or H key or whatever? Yup. It's kind of hard. Yeah. I feel like right now Mixu needs to transition. He really, really needs to consider Swarm Hosts. I'm starting to feel like that's going to be a bit too late. We'll see. So, what are the other options? Broodlords? Yup, Broodlords. Here we see them. We also are seeing Adrenal Glands and the late game upgrades. So this is going to be difficult for the Protoss to handle because, like, Protoss has been behind all game long, basically. Like, it feels like they've been very defensively. They lost a lot of workers, but have been managing to stay fairly well defended. The problem is, though, that when you're just starting to catch up in one army composition and suddenly the opponent is already ready to transition into Broodlords or already have Broodlords, it's gonna feel really rough. Now, there is one thing going for him, and that is that he has those 2 Stargates, so he can start making some air units, and he has a few Phoenixes, but we'll see now. He's starting to push out. Maybe he's even scouted. Like, it's always a telltale sign that when you see the Greater Spire, you just push out like crazy, because you know you have to deal with. You have to hit them before Broodlords are done. 3 Broodlords are morphing. More Corruptors on the way. He's going to need them to defend against the Phoenixes. But here we go. He might have to sacrifice this base, and I would strongly actually consider it. Oh, some units going down right there. Ah, don't fight for this. This is not a good idea. Broodlords being morphed. Where are those other Broodlords? We do have some Zerglings harassing, and this is great. So yeah, just losing that base is like 300 minerals as long as you don't lose workers. Ooh, mayday. Help. Help. Oh, nice storm there. But yeah, now Protoss just runs back home, did a good job. Yeah, he's putting on more Stargates. This is good. Now, you want to make sure that Zerg can't pressure anywhere with these Broodlords. You want to be doing counterattacks if he does that. But usually what the Zerg does is just like, they just camp an important strategic place on the map. So this is big. We'll see here. And he's actually continuing to push right now. He's careful about morphing more Broodlords. He's making more Corruptors. He's making more ground units. And the thing is that as long as you can have something to buffer, something that can handle the damage from the ground army, then your Hydralisk can just wipe out everything. They're really strong. So we'll see how this works out. Gotta protect those Corruptors. Banelings being a bit wasteful there. I would love to see him do one of those big Baneling hit squads where you have like 30 Banelings and you roll into the army or a base or whatever. But yeah, I think Eluton right now, he's maxed out. He's got a massive bank, albeit that he doesn't have the exact composition he wants to deal with Broodlords. But this is... Eluton is doing a fantastic job in this game, I have to admit. Storm's doing a tremendous lot of damage. Doesn't seem like Mixu really cares that much about that. Corruptors, you need to start fighting. This is a bit of a mismanagement here, but all in all, looks like a strong push position here from Mixu. Eluton down down to 170 supply. A lot of Archons, it seems, going to be the solution here. Ooh, a little bit of a counterattack being prepared now from with those Hydras. Is he actually transitioning away from Hydras or just using them to do some damage? Broodlords, you need to wake up. You need to stop these Archons. But the Archons, there are just so many. But here comes the Hydralisks to help. I think he's going to be able to defend this quite well. I think he should push now. Protoss is actually looking kind of vulnerable. And especially using this ledge is really, really good. More Broodlords, more upgrades, air upgrades as well for Protoss with another War Prism. I like it. War Prism is something that you can do a tremendous lot with when you have a lot of gateways. Nice push here. But this shouldn't be able to happen right now. So, but with the Tempests out, I think that there's not enough here for Mixu. What does he have? He has 9 Corruptors against all these units. I think Eluton's got it. I think there's high chance we're going to game 5. Wow, this is so impressive, and he's got a massive bank as well. Mixer's got quite the bank as well, though, but we'll see. Jesus, this is so strange. Like, it's even in army supply, so worker disparity is a bit misleading in terms of just looking at the supply. It does manage to pick off some of these, but now there's a carrier transition. He's just making corruptors right now. 2 hydralisks. Little hit squad of zealots. Gonna be prepared. Oh, is he gonna get that? That's huge. That's so much, like, lost production time, lost minerals or resources. There he gets it. Good job. But he's pushing a lot right now without a lot of ground support. But here comes the support he needs. He's gonna start pushing in, and this is good. If he can reset some of this tech, it's a big deal. Zerglings, I mean, zealots are doing a lot of damage here, and he decides to back off because he knows he doesn't have the support of his ground army anymore. And I think that's a wise choice. But at the same time, you're going to be facing a lot of these carriers. Jesus. 14 workers have been killed by these zealots. And did he just kill the Greater Spire? I do believe he did. And that is a big deal. And now we see multi-pronged harass here by Alutron. He's hitting on the left side, trying to keep the economy of Zerg in check while using these hit squads all over the place. They're just so strong. Oh my god, that's a lot of workers as well in the red. Oh, is he gonna get the lurker then? That would be big. You might want to have like the occasional lurker to defend your bases when a Protoss plays like this, because these are so big. But massive fight here going on here. Sorry for missing the start of that, but it looks like a recall from Aluton, losing a lot of his units, down to 52 army supply versus 100. Wow, that's a massive hit. No more gas for Aluton. This is insane, guys. We're just seeing these incredible fights, and they're just taking the entire map, harassing, multitasking. Oh, but this is nice. Yeah, I'm gonna be cleaning up a lot of these. Broodlord's hitting a base over here. This is a resource game right now, folks. So what do we have in units? 6 carriers, 4 High Templars. These are scrappy armies. Oh, look at this. Ah, gotta be careful about the storms. But he gets a couple of hits off. What? Mixu! Mixu just left! Mixu lost all his corruptors and just like, okay, fuck this. No GG. He was upset, guys. That was not a happy Mixu. Not at all. It's just like you feel like you're building all these kinds of things. You're like destroying Protoss army after Protoss army, but yeah, it just. But he doesn't realize how close he was. So we're going to the last final game. That's going to be a Nightshade. So yeah, wow. I need to have myself a bit of a drink. I hope you're enjoying these games, guys. It's a lot of fun casting for you. So yeah, we're also doing we do a lot of other content as well. So we have Gamle Gamere. We predominantly use Norwegian. So you can find us like at twitch.gamlegamere, or you can use YouTube, Facebook, etc. We've made all the subdomains, so it's really easy to find us. So yeah, if you want to tune in, But yeah, last game of today is going to be Nightshade, and I am excited. In the bottom right, we have Mixu. In the top left, we have Aluton. And this is the Grand Finals final game of the first tournament in the Nordic Starcraft League. I'm excited about this. As far as I know, the format is that we're going to be having tournaments every month. And then at the end of the year, we will have a grand finals, the supreme final, to decide who is the best in the Nordic countries. And this is, I'm so impressed by the guys behind all of this. You have to give them a lot of love. Find their Discord. Make sure you offer them your body and soul, because it's just, I love the passion they have for StarCraft. It's spectacular. Thank you so much, guys. So yeah, we'll see. Standard openings. No cheese so far. So yeah. What do you think has been the best match so far today? I believe we've had several streams. Is there any games you've seen that's been particularly good? I think this one is by far the best one we've seen. We had like the wonky for like both players have had a game that's kind of been sort of like a fluke. Like the Cannon Rush that wasn't really SimCity'd well enough. The Hydralink Bane first game from Mixu. So yeah, like I kind of out beaten to a bloody pulp by Colossi. So, but the slugfest that was last game was absolutely insane. I love it. Games like that really shows the caliber of players. But if we now consider how Mixu left that game, like he was angry, like he was frustrated at the very least, because there's no GG, there's no nothing. It's just like, I lost all my corruptors, I still have a lot of stuff left, and it's just like, GG, fuck it. So what does that do with his mindset going into this game? Now you're a bit frustrated, you're starting perhaps to get a bit tired because you've been playing a lot of StarCraft today. So are you ready for that big macro game, or are you going to do some sort of mid-game push? Like, what's your stamina like? So see how this works out. I feel like Aluton, he's one of the... He's like a fucking coffin nail. He is so damn tough. He's just staying in there until the very end. And he's turning games around, and it's super impressive. Yeah. It is really great. We got ourselves a really fantastic matchup. I'd love to see more of these games, more of these guys in the future. Definitely gonna make a note. So yeah. Okay, so we have 10 circlings right now with circling speed. That's not unusual. He's gonna probably try and deny this base, but SimCity with a couple of pylons, not really gonna be able to manage that, I think. Yeah, you can hold position a drone here, make the surface area even less. But he's not even going to try it. He knows everything is done. Yeah, we have Oracles and Phoenixes is going to be the choice for today. But Spore Crawlers, they are already completed. I like it. Mixu has like really solid openings. Or a really solid opening. Yeah, they're very similar, these games. So air upgrades once more. Double Stargate. Jesus Christ, he loves the Stargate. But that basically means that, okay, so Mixer can't really attack. But he is creating... Ooh, he's building a lot of Zerglings. He's actually going to go for this third base. And considering, like, if he times this correctly, and I think he is, right now we have the Oracle, and it just spent a lot of energy on the stasis field. And here we have these... This is going to be the end of the third base, possibly. We'll see how this works out. No, he's just going for the drones, but how many drones can he get? Oh, he's doing a good job target firing as well. 7 drones killed. And the massive air army from Protoss has 0. But that's going to change right now. This is going to flip the tables. But it's so good for Zerg right now to get those drone kills, to do the damage. And it transitions you so well into the next phase of the game. We're seeing an... What is this? The Baneling nest before the 15-minute mark? Okay, but seriously, I do think that this may work. And we're actually seeing like Hydraling Bane once more. So yeah. I'm like, can he make this work? We're seeing a forge being put down, air upgrades, more spore crawlers. He needs the extra spore crawlers because if he's ever going to push anywhere, then he basically needs enough to be able to defend, so he doesn't lose everything in his base. Okay, we got ourselves a Robo Bay. That's a robotics facility. That's probably going to be for Colossi once he... I think he's probably identified what this is. How many Phoenixes? There's 9 Phoenixes. I think he made 11. What was that last game? So, might have lost 2. Oh, getting a couple of queens. That's very nice. That's a good bit of defense that he loses right there. Getting some drones as well. 5 drones. 67 workers for Aluton and 65 for Mixer. So it's pretty common. This is like the dance I've been talking about several times today. So you can't really say much from that position. We'll see here. A lot of SimCity going on. And I like how Aluton, he is so strong on his defense. Like, good SimCity is well thought out. His timings on what units to have at which point, really good. But this is nice. Hold position micro. Using some target firing as well. Getting 5 or 6 workers. Keeping Protoss a little bit honest. Having to focus on... they can't really move out on the map when you have threats like that. More melee upgrades. So I'm gonna be making Zerglings and Banelings really powerful. Here we go. War Prism. And... Okay, yeah. Warp Prism drop can actually work, but it's not going to be effective until a little bit later, I think. We'll see though, because he has... Ooh, starting to get a lot of Hydras. So these Phoenixes are going to be taking a real beating if they try to face those. Another base for Zerg. I like it. It's very... You have to be extremely active by tanking bases when your opponent is going for air. Because they can't kill your buildings, they can't kill your bases, they can only kill drones. So if you just take a massive economy lead, then basically it's gonna make it a lot harder for the Protoss. Whereas if you go the normal style where you have like 1 more base, or then it's a lot harder to deal with all the damage that the Protoss does. But this is nice. A little bit of an ambush. Oh, it really sucks losing those units. Look at this. We now have a lot of Immortals. And we have some gateways as well. Positioning right now, this looks like it's going to be a comfortable clusterfuck full of banelings and zerglings and hydras. The composition he's been working for this is the 5th game, and he finally manages to get all of the units. And here he goes! Storms raining down, but this is doing a lot of damage. He's trying to bait out more storms. Kiting, playing very well. Starting to pick off some units. Getting some very important free units here. He's waiting for another round of Zerglings, but here comes the Phoenixes as well. I think he's gonna just try and deal with all of this. We'll see here now. No more reinforcements right now. All the Phoenixes are almost dead. This is nice. Transfuses. Good job. Can Aluton actually push this? I don't think he can. This is dangerous. How's there on? There's 9 larvae available. A little bit of money, but not much. This is so scrappy right now. 81 army supply versus 64. And 30 more lings on the way with 5 hydras. This is dangerous stuff, but if you can manage to stock up some energy for those storms, that's going to be big. But Zerglings, they're fast as fuck, so they're going to be around the map in no time. But he has to defend against these. This is so perfect timing by Aluton. Oh my god, the perfect timing for Zerg to attack and really put in like a massive blow. And then he manages to distract the Zerg. Great job. We do have a hive completed, so we might see some morph that damn Hydralisk then into lurkers, so you actually have the option, because that would really be the nail in the coffin. It's gonna be tough. Okay, so we have 5 High Templars. There's not a lot of Protoss here. This is risky. You're on creep. These are speedy units now. He's going to be chasing you down. Nice! Oh, he's doing a flank! Oh, that is so good! Oh, man. This is hard for the Protoss, but he does a huge warp in here. He's going to have some meat to buffer for all of this. But is it enough, though? I don't think he has the storms. There's no High Templars left. But there's nothing to buffer for these Hydralisks as well. These 4 Immortals being worth their weight in gold. 5 kills, 3 kills, 7 kills. But at the same time, War Prism is actually picked off, and that's going to be the end of that Celadorras. There we go. I was just like, are we actually going to see the end of that? Oh, look at this though. Gotta be careful. Oh, is he actually? He just donated those units. This is massive. Aluton is starting to make some strategic mistakes or tactical mistakes here, where he's actually moving out on creep and overextending. But Zealots, very, very good. Where are the Zerglings? Like, we have 2 larvas. He really needs to... He's skimping on his injects. That's why he's struggling to finish this off. I think if he had his injects in order, this would be easy pickings. We'll see now, though. I feel like this... I feel like it's so dangerous to make predictions when casting these 2 guys, because there's just so much stuff happening. It's insane. Okay, gonna have some Banelings rolling in. It's gonna be making me very happy, and here comes some Hydralisks to push in. I'm gonna be taking out that air upgrade. That's not gonna be very useful for a good long while. Oh, this is crazy though. Look at this though, Banelings rolling in. Is he gonna see it? He's gonna nuke that entire base worth of workers. That is spectacular, and he's creating a choke point here, but he's gotta worry about storms. Okay, but he's just rebuilding. What is he rebuilding on the backside of this? Not that much. 55 workers versus 77, but there's like 4 bases creating workers now. Another set of Hydralisks coming in to do some damage. Okay, did some damage, but it also cost you a lot in terms of your army presence and stuff, so... I feel like Aluton is doing a good job. That Zealot warp-in, just as he lost all those units, was so massive. And here comes another Zealot run by. Get that War Prism. Please, it's done wonders for you in this game. How are we doing with the injects? Making extra queens. Okay, yeah, so I think he's identified that injects has been a problem for him. Right now, 2 larvae, so he's got to be careful. Oh, but this is big though. Manages to get some decent damage done. Oh, yeah. picking off some very costly, important units. At the same time, goddamn zealots! And 5 more workers down. It's not a big deal though, but considering he's low on larva, it's actually a bit annoying. So what are we looking at? A lot more banelings being morphed. So storms is going to be key, but I would love to see, like, he's doing a great job with his creep spread. Oh, look at this, going to be a flank. All ahead flank. Oh my god, this is a disaster for Zerg. That was really great storms, managing to destroy all of that. Yeah, losing a base. Protoss very happy with that, decides to pull back for a bit. But it's scrappy stuff. Like, we're talking about like 60 to 80 army supply, and it's been like that the entire game long. This is crazy. Okay, Zergling run by. I like it. Gonna be nuking those spawnings there. What can he do with these Hydralisks? Oh, this could be big. I don't think there's storms here. Is there? Doesn't look like there's storms. No, they're being nuked. Target fired. Oh my god, that is big. And if he can actually destroy these important units, there's no money for Aluton. Oh, this is big. Nice. Pulling back. Does he have any way to stop from bleeding these Hydralisks? So, got some queens coming in with transfuses. That's a nice bit of micro right there. Having the extra energy to do that. But more zealots running by here. And like, what we have to remember is that when last game turned into like a scrap like this, Mixer actually just like left the game. So the question is, will he have the stamina to finish it off? Will he identify that his opponent is actually quite weak? Now we're seeing Lurker Den just completed, so that's going to give him a huge advantage, because like we've seen a lot of times that Aluton has been caught off guard and out of position, and if Mixu can even burrow at that, burrow some Lurkers at that point, it's going to be huge. So this base is not long for this world. Now there's, holy shit, that's base killer stuff. But is he aware of it? He's not aware of it at all. But he's tired of these guys. He wants to make sure he's cleared out. And this is big. Like killing all these zealots. If we'll see what he loses though. These are inexpensive units compared to the Hydras, who cost gas as well. Jesus. And now he's pushing in from... Like, what the fuck is going on? This is so hard to call. Like, this game should have been over so many times. But here's the Lurkers. You're not pushing past that. Gotta love those tentacles. But here comes the Zealot push from the bottom left. But I just want to keep an eye on this, because this is the important part. Burrows, make sure that he's defended here. At the same time, there's Lurkers to... Oh my god! So good of him to actually put down those Lurkers. At the same time, Protoss pushing in. Identical army supply. Oh, he's gonna really want that quick burrow. But... is Protoss overextending? Is this the end? Are we actually going to end this game at some point? Oh, all the retreats are off now. You ain't going home, baby. Well, aside from the fact that Protoss has that bastard recall ability. So, we'll see here. Aluton actually ahead in supply right now, and he's camping the top. Killing off this tech would be massive. Jesus Christ. Oh, but he's going for it. He's trying to get all those units up there. And now he's got Lurkers. Oh, okay. Protoss in trouble. But, oh, he's gonna get the Hive. Hive is down. Recall. Hello, recall. There we go. Lurkers will be able to get a few more units. Very good job. So, state of the game. 143 army supply versus 70. Behind this, we have 20 more larvae, so he's got a lot of that at least. But he's broke. He's lost so much down here. Jesus Christ, Aliton, did you actually manage to pull this off? Are you kidding me? And I promise you that Mixu, when he's looking down or up at the army supply, he's feeling this. He's gotta feel like shit because he knows that he hasn't put real pressure on the Protoss in a few minutes now. So he knows that he's up shit creek. Holy hell. Wow. Oh, Jesus Christ. This is like candy on Christmas. I love games like this. Because this is where, like, you have to micro, there's so much decision making. Oh, there's just, these games, like, they bring out everything. The only thing that we're missing is some real proper cheese like Dark Templars, but considering the amount of spork rollers everywhere, maybe not the best idea. Lurkers, they are so good, but Revelation is actually surprisingly good, I would think, giving you a long-term vision over them. That base is just like new. Why haven't you expanded over here? There's like no presence over here, and you know Protoss is going to be expanding upwards towards there. So I feel like Mixu is probably too stressed out to... Oh, that was huge. 3 army supply, and... I guess that's it. Oh my god. Jesus Christ, people, that was... Alioton, you're like the Rocky of Starcraft 2. You just never give up, and it's just like, it's not about how hard you can hit, but how many times you can get back up. Isn't that it? Yeah, I think so. Kind of fucked that one up. Anyways, thank you so much for tuning in for this. Like I said, we make a lot of other types of content. We do some review stuff, and wow, jeez, yeah. And basically, it's just like twitch.gammergamera.no or YouTube, Discord. We also have a Discord, so you can join us there. But yeah. Holy hell. Like, what I'm feeling right now, it's just like I've had so much adrenaline in my body watching this. It's I don't know. I'm kind of having like the after effects of an orgasm. Okay, yeah. So that's on the internet now. Anyways, it's been spectacular. Thank you so much for tuning in. I've had so much fun. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to casting some more Nordic Starcraft League. Thank you so much, everyone. And that's it for me. Have a nice Sunday. Bye-bye.